Hello, kind listener. Just a bit of a warning before we get into this episode. I, Sam, being a fool, decided to make this Christmas episode extra special by making a drinking game out of it. Because of such fine decision making, this episode ended up being almost 5 hours of recording. And as you may well know at this point, I edit the fucking things, hence why it took so long to release. This warning is to let y'all know it gets messy. Around the 1 hour 30 mark, the words get slurred and shit gets really off the rails. Further to this, there is no fan fiction in this episode because, to put it simply, we were way too fucked. So to make up for it, we'll do a recording of the fan fiction that I wrote and release it a little bit later. Thank you so much for listening to us for the last year. We appreciate your feedback and your input and your comments and everything. I really hope you enjoy this episode. It's dumb, and believe it or not, it's got a feedy peedy segment.
Warning, the following episode of It's a Bit Shit contains foul language, erotic content and Europeans. Enjoy.
Why can't they say enjoy?
Enjoy. Enjoy. It's a bit shit.
Oh, I love the silent night there. Oh, what a beautiful intro.
Nailed that, Peter. That was beautiful. I didn't actually, when you said it to me initially, I didn't hear you go like, Christmas special. Oh, welcome to our Christmas episode of It's a Bit Shit. It's not a holiday episode, it's a Christmas episode because we're doing a Christmas movie. Well, are we doing a Christmas movie, Aaron?
Well, that depends on who you talk to.
Yeah. So this week we're going to do Die Hard. And there's a bit of a debate around whether it's a Christmas movie or not, but Aaron has the most solid answer as to whether it is or is not a Christmas. This is the definitive one. You don't have to argue with people anymore. This is the answer.
Yep. So
It's just yes, because that's what the episode is.
well, I mean, like, it will be yes. Spoilers. Internet law suggests that if it's a Christmas movie or not, take out the theme of Christmas from a movie, and if it still makes sense, it's not a Christmas movie. And that's where the debate is, whether it's a Christmas movie or not, because a lot of people are like, if you take out Christmas, it still makes sense.
At first glance, you'd think,
First glance, you're like, oh shit, they're right, it's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It just happens to be at Christmas. But internet sleuths have figured out that if John Mcclane wasn't on the plane for Christmas to visit his estranged wife and children.
I think. I don't know. I don't have
They
one.
said children, but they only show the one potatoey looking.
No, that was two.
Yeah, no, but the only one they ever shown speak is the potatoey daughter.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the point.
Sorry. Yeah. So.
Fuck, where was
Because he was on the plane.
He's on the plane.
plane.
Because he's on the plane.
If it wasn't Christmas,
he
wouldn't be on the plane.
He wouldn't be on the plane. Therefore, the terrorists would have won. Therefore, Christmas movie.
Yep.
He wouldn't have been invited, so
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
game
it.
over.
And he was at a Christmas party when it happened.
Yeah, but it could have just been any party. It could have been a year party.
They were celebrating.
It wasn't
Celebrating
Christmas,
the end of the
he does
year.
say I got invited to
Yeah, I know, but if without the Christmas thing, they could have just been having a party.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
in that instance,
If it wasn't Christmas, he wouldn't have been on the plane.
yeah,
it wouldn't
therefore
It's
Christmas
just been
movie.
another day where he was living in New York.
If you think it's not a Christmas movie, feel free to jump on the Facebook and give Pete shit.
Get on the argue train.
Yeah, bro.
He likes a good fight.
Yeah, I'll fight you.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
All right, so we haven't actually introduced our guest yet, which is pretty rude for me. So, it's all right, we don't have to do
Fuck him,
shots
eh?
just yet as I say this. But so my fellow boo Carcos this evening, obviously we have Aaron and Peter. Thank you for joining us, joining me in this conquest to do a podcast for this whole year. It's been great.
Sitting in this lovely lounge room that we've been sitting in.
And our guest, who's actually not doing a double episode, his episode that he did with us previously is just going to come out 2 weeks before this one comes out. So you'll think that he did the 2 episodes back to back, but he actually didn't.
It's been months apart.
Our bukkake this evening is Braydo.
Howdy, everyone.
Everyone's like, oh my god, it's Brayden, the guy who did the amazing performance in Mad Max 2.
That I haven't even heard back yet, so sure. Thanks.
Hopefully that episode doesn't bomb.
It probably will.
We won't know for another week.
So make it to the end. I think you'll enjoy the ending.
Some people listen to this one, they're like, there was a Mad Max 2 one? What the fuck?
Beautiful. All right. Shall we get on with it? I don't think we need to do a monologue because we've already introduced the movie and defined why it is a Christmas movie. So let's do the... Oh my god, I gotta get used to pressing these buttons.
What's good about it?
Peter, what's good about it?
It's fucking Die Hard, mate. It's fucking good. Best Christmas movie out that you'll see come up a million times on Facebook.
No, it's a fun film. Really fun 90s-esque film.
It's actually 88.
80s, yeah. It's
88.
it's right at the cusp where they
88.
I
We
feel
get
like it
those
was like
feels.
the turning point for action movies. It kind of
Yeah.
clicked with me when I was watching it the other night. I was like, before this we had like Predator, and which will have this like good level of cheese in them, like macho manliness.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there were probably more movies before this, but just in my perspective, things I know and see, it seems sort of like Die Hard came out, and that's when movies stopped being nearly as cheesy and took on a bit more of a grounded in reality role.
Yeah.
Definitely not super grounded in reality, but just that
Within
not as
reason, yeah.
macho men with fucking light machine guns.
Yeah.
Like,
What was that? And then spawned Lethal Weapon, which is, I find, a similar
Yeah.
genre. And that was, I think, the year after.
with
So
those little bit of comic relief bits in there, here and there, and but mainly, yeah, it's definitely a change in direction from your Arnold Schwarzeneggers and I mean, what else? Like, yeah, I mean,
Stallone's.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone's.
I found myself watching this movie going like, he's not even that ripped, but he
No.
is. But just like compared to like other 80s
He's
action
he's so
movies.
lackluster with a t-shirt. Like, okay,
He's just like
he's got a body.
bodybuilder.
He's
a guy,
he's
yeah.
better looking than like every dude you'll meet, like body wise, like off the street. But like compared to like
yeah,
the action
off the
movies of the
street.
time, you're just like, what a scrawny runt.
I think that makes it more real. It's just the cop,
wasn't
he's not like SAS
Commando
Special
for,
Forces.
like the last 80
Like an hardcore dude.
or something.
He's got a dark past that haunts him. Yeah.
It was weird seeing him with hair, though. Like,
You
for
see
me,
his
his
dick in
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction, and that fucks me up.
unusual.
His dick in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, he gets out of the. No, you see a bit of. You see like maybe like nod or
Not
something.
all of it.
No, just top. He gets out of the shower.
I'm just
Nah, no,
throwing
no.
it out there. From what Brayden knows of it, I think he's a bit thirsty for that Bruce D.
Yeah. He's got it like he's got a timestamp.
You said Bruce D when you should have gone Bruce
Julia
Willis.
Roberts, get the fuck out of the way.
Missed opportunity.
He's in a hotel and you see like a bit of dong. Yeah, you see a bit of like tiny Bruce Schmidt. It's cold in there, you know. Yeah, I was like, there it is.
Frame by frame.
Frame by frame by frame. No, there it is.
Best frame in
I
the
am
film.
Mr. Skins, you guys. Yeah, check me out, MrSkins.com.
There was a website for this.
Brayden, what did you like about it?
Look, I agree with Peter. It's just a fun movie. I find the acting was decent in it, and the content that was in there was pretty put
I
together.
was just gonna say how
fairly
fucking
well.
good
So
Alan
yeah,
Rickman.
I enjoyed
That's
watching
like
this one.
one of my
Nah.
comments is Alan Rickman is fucking wonderful, super menacing.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
As hard,
Really?
not
Yeah.
like take away that dreadful American accent.
Nah, take away the scene that him and Bruce Willis, good but bad. I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they both can't act, and it was like, oh, guess what? Like none of them knew what they were doing. It's their first scene.
Sorry, just real quick, just so I can comment on this, so people know you're a professional in this world. Aaron's actually got an IMDb page, so he is an actor.
Yeah.
So he can
His
comment
photo's
on
not
whether
on it
someone's
though,
a good
right?
actor or a
Credited.
bad actor.
Yeah.
Professional
Yeah.
opinion
Yeah.
right now.
Do you have your photo?
Professional
up yet?
opinion.
No, I refuse to.
Come on, man.
I was going to put like the It's a Bit Shit one on there, but then I'd be the only one on Internet Movie Database for It's a Bit Shit, and people will think it's my love child.
Do podcasts
Yeah.
get IMDb? Because that's
Absolutely.
fucking
Very forward to
disgusting.
the-
Absolutely.
Really?
I didn't think we're
Podcast.
deserving of
Porn
that.
gets Internet Movie Database.
But it's not a movie.
Porn gets.
I mean, excuse me, are you talking? Are you putting down the porn industry? I know there is absolutely movies. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
No,
sorry, I thought it was
Yeah,
pointing
get-
out the porn
calm
industry.
down, calm the fuck down.
It's like, come on.
There's an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia
Some of the acting
porn
in porn is
parody.
amazing.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia porn parody.
You know what the fuck
many
thing about
episodes?
is if like Charlie Day or something just showed up in the background, you wouldn't even be surprised. You wouldn't even be like, oh my god, it's actually here. You'd just
You'd
be
be
like,
like Charlie work. It's just Charlie work.
oh my god, it's actually here. You'd be like Charlie work.
Scrape something with a knife. It's just Charlie work. Scrape something with a knife. It's just Charlie.
Aaron?
Yeah, great movie. Real explosions, which I liked. Great movie. Real explosions, mostly, yeah. Action sequences were pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the acting in it's garbage, but I've always thought that. I never enjoyed it for the acting. I watched it for the explosions.
The one-liners.
Yeah, the little cheeky one-liners. The little cheeky one-liners. Bit where you think, oh, Bruce Willis is going to get crushed by the elevator, and he doesn't. Every time I'm like, oh, fuck, that was close. Every time.
Or fall down the shaft.
You see a Bruce Willis.
Nah, different movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Different movie.
All right.
There's plenty of other things
this
we
is
see.
a
at
Christmas
Bruce Willis.
episode. You decided to put a twist on it. Decided to make this
No,
episode
you decided to put a
little
twist
bit
on
more
it.
fun and make
So
it more
twisty.
eventful.
I'm sure this is going to make everyone happy.
Sam doesn't have work tomorrow.
I'm sure they'll be
Yes.
like, yes.
Everyone's going to be like, damn, these guys, they're awesome. They're so cool.
How dedicated to the craft for the guys who have to go to work the fucking tomorrow.
No, just you. Just you.
You're working tomorrow, aren't you?
No.
Oh,
Nah,
fuck.
he's got like
So what's
adult
your-
responsibilities.
Oh, fuck off.
I have housework to do.
So before we move into the
But-
meat of this puppy, what we've done...
Call it the meat of this puppy. It's always been sandwiches and shit. Now you're like, no, let's get into the meat of this puppy.
We just finished skinning the dog. Now let's get to it.
Nice. Red
Sam, you never
Rockets.
actually mentioned what you liked about the film.
Yeah.
I literally just agree with you guys.
No, that's
Wow,
it.
that's really
his job.
convenient, Sam.
I'm gonna just agree.
They do a really good job portraying how fucking ruthless they are.
Yeah.
From a standpoint, like Hans just kills people, like
Yeah.
he just does. It's not like I'm going to. He just fucking does,
Yeah.
which I think is badass. Again,
He
I think
doesn't muck
Rickman's
around.
pretty good in it, despite the American accent. I just think he's very menacing in the way that he is.
Yeah.
And
His demeanor.
like Aaron said, there's so much cool about this film. The jokes, the blood, and the interactions are like a banger. So that's why. But anyway, we're talking about what makes this episode special.
Yes.
Can't distract me, Peter. It was a nice try, though. So
Someone
for
else
this
click,
episode,
someone
we've got a
comments.
couple of things that we're going to be doing. I say a couple, I mean two. Anytime one of us finish a drink,
I just like one.
we'll be
Everyone
having,
I just
we'll be
refilled it.
having a shot of Jägermeister and or soju. And anytime
Or
the
soju.
word bukkake comes up and the bell rings,
Wait, hold on.
I mean, I said it. Are you going to ring the bell?
Yeah, but. Wait, hold on.
We have a shot. All of us have a
Ah,
shot.
for fuck's sake. That's why I didn't press it, because I was like, for fuck's sake. That's why I didn't
So
press
to
it.
get things started before we move into the next
Is it
section,
starting to, now? After
We're
It
all
starts now.
going
That's
to-
why I quickly polished my drink.
we're all going to have a shot,
to start it, regardless.
regardless.
All right, you
well,
might
you
wanna-
just press the bell, so we've all got
I
to
didn't
have a
press the
shot.
bell,
You might want to
actually.
put a marker on.
I didn't press the bell,
Oh, okay. We've all poured shots. Peter and Brayden are scared little vaginas, and I'm sorry, vaginas is wrong. No, just because you have a vagina doesn't mean you're scared or fragile. I'm sorry for that. It's the future. We can't say things like that.
It's the future.
I'm allowed to have one. I can have one for the next hour and then get rid of it. It's fine.
You can. Okay, just so you know, Brayden is gender fluid. That's what he's trying to say. We've all got our shots. Peter and Brayden, who are responsible adults, have decided to have soju instead of the Jaeger. But that's okay because they'll have more as we go on.
I will have one as we go. I just want to start my night with a Jaeger shot.
I mean,
Cheers, boys.
I've watched
Get off on
people
the
do
right
this.
foot, man.
let's do this.
Duncan Shah. Oh, yeah, that's all right. That's fine.
Like,
Just
That's so good. Two very different reactions here.
Yeah, Aaron's clearly much more experienced with taking shots to the mouth.
yeah, haven't you seen?
I've been practicing.
to be fair, if someone's going to vomit tonight, it's probably going to be me.
Again, your
You
idea.
deserve it, so
You know, just because I go hard in the paint, Brayden.
just don't spew on the computer and we'll be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are not. If you vomit on that roadcaster, we're not getting it out. We're just throwing it away.
Just get your money back.
This should be covered under warranty.
It's just soaking of like, and it's bile too.
Yeah, it just stopped working. What do you mean? I don't know. It just stopped working.
It's dripping,
It looks like something's thrown up on it. No, that's how I got out of the box.
Yeah, there's literally vomit in the bottom of
I
the
don't have
bag.
any kids,
He's brought
mate. Are
it
you
back.
accusing me of doing this?
11 months ago, it was like this the whole time. I'm just trying to get around to it now.
I live pretty far away. Like, I just don't have the ability to get in all
I
the
drove
time.
you from Kawara Beach, mate. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Do you know how
fuck
long
me.
it took me by car? 14 minutes.
That cost me $4.60 in fuel. Do you think? Are you going to reimburse me for this?
Do you think I have that kind of time?
Yeah.
Important person.
Guess which one of us works in retail? Oh wait,
one of us
all of us. All right, let's fucking.
Let's continue with this episode. All right, it's time to.
What makes it a bit
I love these intros. You know we're gonna have to re-record new ones for next year now. Like,
Those ones should stay the same though, right?
what? No, they're gonna be new. People don't want season 2 when we just have the same shit. God, how boring.
Just
Works
extended.
for every series of everything ever.
Just to make extended versions, that's all.
Yeah, yeah. We'll actually do the closing time stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyway, we were supposed to be.
What makes it a bit
You know we should probably.
Now, does this have to happen in chronological order? I believe it does.
Yeah, we try to keep it in chronological order.
You know what's going to be fucked up about this? Oh, you know the part in the tower? Yeah, fucking...
Yeah, keep going.
An hour and 40 minutes of it. Yeah, well, the bit where he's getting shot at, yep.
Okay, so where do we start?
John McClane's on a plane.
John Mcclane is on a plane.
I was going to start with I watched it on Disney and it was stretched out and looked so stupid. The intro of the 20th Century Fox. That was my first.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah. Thing.
it is. I don't have Disney Plus, but I acquired it online.
Through other
An
means.
exact, I had 2 copies.
Demand we call that.
I had 2 copies. One that was arguably a DVD, and one that was arguably a Blu-ray, and both of them were the same.
Yeah, right.
Just
yeah,
how it was.
stretched 20th Century Fox logo.
Yeah. I was like, that looks stupid.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I hate 1988. That's the year, and that's the year I was born. So I already hate that year pretty hard.
Motherfucker, you old.
Yeah, thanks.
Shut the fuck up.
Go back to being 20, Brayden. Fuck off, man. Jesus. Just think the same.
So yeah, airplane.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
All I've written is the guy talking to him on the plane looks like he smells like pastrami.
Definitely some type of deli
Oddly
meat.
specific. I like a luncheon meat.
Deli.
He's the last person I want to sit next to on a plane. I saw him and I was like, man, that guy would, he would just have that like lunch, like you said, luncheon meat smell to him. Yeah, that is just the deli meat. It's just like
It's not the meats. It's just he's actually barefoot doing the whole the
Toe
toe scratching
scratching.
thing that he was telling Bruce Willis about.
Yeah.
He's just like, don't worry about it, man. He's like, what the fuck? Did you just step on a pig on your way in? He's like, yes. We're just at the airport. We're in New York City.
Just running around JFK.
Yeah. The dude, he was just like a weird dude. Like, a bit nervous.
Yeah, like where did they cast him from, you know? Like,
Yeah, it was a weird thing.
I bet you he was sitting next to the director on a flight and the director's like, I could use you. Here's my
you
card.
smell like pastrami.
Here's my card.
Hey, don't shut the fuck up. Yeah, you seem useful.
I feel like that was really only in there just to show like why he has no shoes and the fact that he's a cop. Because otherwise, like,
the
how
gun.
do they? Yeah, because of the gun scene.
I mean, yeah, that was just like kind of
Gun pops
That was
out.
a really bad way to establish the character, though.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like if I hadn't have known the movie prior, I'd have been like, oh, is his job just like being one of those air marshal, like the cops on
Yeah.
a plane?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
because it's like, I'm a cop, trust me, because he's got a gun like on a plane.
Yeah, you
and
can
then
tell
doesn't
us
show him
before
the ID
9/11.
either.
Do you know
Like,
what
it's
it
just
was?
like,
Yeah,
oh,
he's
yeah.
like, oh, I'm a cop. They're like, oh, thanks, officer.
Yeah, but it didn't happen
You know what
until...
would have been way better if they started the movie with him walking out of the airport and someone like mugs someone and he quickly like follows them and
Yeah.
catches them or something. That would have been a way better way to establish that he's a police officer.
Yeah, but he
from
wouldn't
New
be able
York.
to do much. He'd be out of jurisdiction realistically.
Yeah, but you
wouldn't
can
he?
still make it like a
But-
citizen's
Citizen
arrest.
arrest, I
Yeah,
suppose.
it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. He's still got that in him. That's who he is.
Yeah,
That's
like
why he
it would have
saves the
shown.
tower and shit.
It would have
Like,
shown like yeah, even
Yeah,
when
he
he's
blows
not a
up
cop,
first.
he's still a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all I had for that. Like, he's got the bear and, like, the flight attendant sort of, like, looking him up and down, like, oh.
I was confused
and
by
I
that
was
scene
like-
as well, because that seemed really pointless.
It was a
Yeah.
pointless scene. But that's what made me thought, oh, maybe he's one of those air marshals or whatever they're called, like, who are on the plane, because he's like, oh, don't worry, I'm a cop.
Pre
I've been here
9/11,
for
I don't
11
think that happened.
No, I think it's meant to
Oh,
say,
yeah,
like,
maybe. I don't know.
I think they're just trying to like sell the fact that no, it's okay. He's attractive. Everyone's like, is he?
Well, that's why they didn't have him on, like, the poster, allegedly, because they're like, a lot of people hate Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
So, like,
right.
they-
I mean, to be fair, I don't like Bruce Willis.
yeah, so, like, they didn't have him on the cover. It was just the building.
Yeah.
Like, again, pre 9/11, you could just have a building on
fire.
On fire. On a VHS or, like, a movie
Sorry.
poster.
I need to establish I hate Bruce Willis comment. I don't like him as a person.
No, it's fine. You hate
He's,
Bruce Willis.
he's just like in anything, he's just a dick. Like he's just
like,
notoriously a dick
his
in the world.
movies. Like his movies, hate him as a person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I've like listened to Kevin Smith talk about his experience working with Bruce Willis on fucking Cop Out and shit like that. It was just like a fucking nightmare.
I feel like everyone in that movie just didn't want to be in that movie, though.
Yeah, but he made it worse. That's like the whole thing. He's like Kevin Smith has not made a good film. I'm not he's sitting here defending Kevin Smith, saying he makes great movies. He just deals with bad people. But basically the way it's put is that like he was a prima donna the whole time and just acted like a child. And when like there's like so much shit out there on Bruce Willis, just like not knowing anything about anything that he's doing. Oh, tell me about this movie. Which movie is it? Like that sort of thing. Like a dude's just fucking lives in his own world.
For a while there, he was doing like 2 movies a year, so like I can see that also being a thing.
now
like,
he's
like,
doing garbage,
Which
so-
movie? And he's like, which movie am I doing? Oh, the action one. Oh.
I haven't seen him do a movie since Red.
Yeah, and the
Red
first
2?
Red was cool.
Yeah.
Red 2
I
was
haven't
not
seen,
so
I haven't
cool.
seen the second one.
Yeah, not so good.
All right, so he's off the airplane.
I've got the. I mean, are we doing this as round table? Or are we doing this as?
No, we just cruise through. Yeah.
Round 2.
As I think he's talking about it on the plane as well, and in the car. But it's like
With Argyle.
Argyle, yeah. But it's like the whole marriage is on the rocks cliche. I'm gonna eye rape every fucking woman that there is. Like every time there's a chick, he's just like,
Yeah, he's like, I'm a family man, but I'm a bit of a player.
Can we just point out that Argyle seems like the kind of name a white man would give to a black man?
I mean,
that they're writing.
It
Like,
is
it's
exactly.
Like, hey, I've got to put a black man in here. What can I call him? What's it?
what was my slave called?
Argyle.
Yeah.
Look, to
Slave. It's more like, what did I call my dog? Argyle.
look.
That wasn't okay. That was a racist joke, but it wasn't a hateful racist joke.
No,
It
it's
was
just like.
But
Is there Argyle?
It's the 80s.
Can we just talk about like 2 white guys writing and directing a movie and their black characters? It was like they had Argyle, which was his character seemed a little pointless to me.
Completely pointless.
Like if you took him out,
I know if he wasn't at the end, the bad guys would have gotten away.
Yeah.
oh, but they wouldn't have
saved
because
the
they
day,
all
bro.
died before they even got to the
He
thing.
drove into that.
I don't
Yeah.
know how they were going to get out of the gates.
Drove
though.
into Theo.
Yeah, he did that, but everyone died before they got to Theo,
Right.
right? Yeah, but the thing is, like, they had the hacker guy, the good with computers.
Theo.
Yeah, Theo. Yeah, but like he was like a nerd, and you're like, oh, a black nerd. Sorry, man. They're a black nerd. Cool. And then they were like, oh, we can't have just a black nerd. Let them know sports as well. So it's like his introduction's him like, oh, yeah, you know, they did 3-point line, score. And then the guard gets shot in the head. And he's just like, now I'm a hacker. And he's just like, and I was like, how many characters is this guy?
Yeah.
So like they can't write for. It was the 80s, so no, they weren't even trying to write for like African Americans or anything like that. They were like, it's a black guy. Well,
Yeah,
how
Wesley
hard
Snipes
could it be?
hadn't turned up
His
yet.
name's Al. His name's
Theo.
Theo. Like everyone else is like Bruce, Michael, John, Hans.
Carl.
Yeah, but either way, if he was my
Carl
Uber
Ellis.
driver, I'd give him a fucking 1 star because the cunt didn't shut the fuck up.
This was before.
time.
This was before
Even
you could
after
give
Bruce
stars.
told him to shut up.
Shut the fuck up. He's
But
like,
he
Yeah.
was loyal. That's the thing. He gave him a card. He's like, "Hey mate, if you need me, call me." And he's like, "All right, you extra points."
He did stick around.
To be fair, he
He's
sat
stuck-
in a basement.
But he was getting paid for that. You know what I mean? Like,
Was he?
well, I
Yeah.
imagine he'd be a
yeah,
retainer.
yeah,
I'd imagine.
he's on the payroll.
He was on the clock. In the car.
Like going back a little bit.
Yeah, that was
before
just
the
a-
Argyle scene.
Yep.
There's a scene with the housemaid who's racistly Mexican.
Esmeralda.
Whatever. Paulina is actually her name.
Yeah, Paulina.
I just wrote. She seems to speak pretty good English. I don't know why she said telefono.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like
She sings like
"Hello, yes, I've already made the bed. on the telephone.
What?
It's for the people watching at home that are blind.
It's
just
for the
so they
American.
know.
It's for the American people. Like, I don't believe she's actually Spanish. Telefono. No, she's
Yeah,
Spanish.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
I like how, and just to go a little bit again in the future, because I don't feel like we're going to talk about Paulina very often.
No.
I like how when the news anchors like talking to them,
Bust
and
in.
they're just like, "Hey, look, did you want me to call the NIS or whatever the hell like the company's called?" And she's like, "Oh no, come on in." Like every 80s movie has illegal immigrants. Like, are you an immigrant? Illegal. Like, there's no one like, I'm here on my own accord. Thank you very much. It's like, hey, do you want me to call the authorities? Like, all right, come in here and film a 4-year-old potato. Put it on the internet. Like,
And you know what? For a 4-year-old potato, it was pretty I was like, well, it's for a potato.
For a 4-year-old, she was articulate, let alone a 4-year-old
Like
potato.
usually a potato at that point would be pretty much water.
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
All right. So my next thing was Argyle, but my misunderstanding as to why he backed the limo into a park and blocked a path. You guys
I didn't
remember
see
how I was
that.
bitching about people blocking my driveway earlier on?
Oh, pre-recording.
So,
yeah.
fucking
Pre-recording,
painters.
yeah. So he literally blocked the underground car park path by reversing into that park with his limo. I know this is it's just probably a me thing, but
It's definitely
he should have
you.
just parked across the parks.
Well, like,
Man.
it's a bit
He
shit.
should have just
Why?
taken up like 4 parks
This
instead of
motherfucker.
reversing into a park with this
Can't
big ass
park.
limo and blocking a fucking park.
I
I
thought
mean, it's
you'd
Christmas
be-
Eve in a building that's empty, except for one floor.
You don't know that someone's not going to come down and
There
be
was
like,
not
I
a
want to park in my spot,
Sam, I thought you'd be giving him points for
and
reverse
he can't
parking.
fucking get there.
Like before
Reverse
a time
parking a
of,
limo.
yeah, reverse parking limo without like cameras. You did pretty good, man.
He's a cabbie, so he's pretty good behind the wheel.
Yeah.
He was a
And he
cabbie.
parks like an idiot because he's a cabbie and he's pretty good behind the wheel.
You know what? He's pretty good behind the wheel, so I'm going to let that slide. Thanks, Aaron.
All that, hey, God, hey, why are those painters parking my fucking driveway? Hey, don't worry about it. They're pretty good drivers. One of them was a cabbie, and they're pretty good drivers. He's like, I've forgiven them.
Yep. My next thing's Takagi. Does anyone else got anything before you first see Takagi?
Yes, I
no.
definitely do.
Okay, hit me.
He's like, he walks in. He's like, yeah, cool, it's a party. Some guy goes, champagne, sir. He's like, yeah, sure. And then they give him this fucking red glass of something. It's not champagne. That is fucking not champagne. It's just one of those things where I was like, wait, what did he give him? He's like, champagne, sir. He's like, yeah, sure. And just gives him like red cordial.
This is a real typical thing for Peter to get angry at when like people are getting real alcohol. The alcoholic in him gets fired up and he has to say something about it.
I do have one thing about the limo that I forgot.
Yeah.
Cassette player. I fucking love the zoom in on the cassette player.
Because it's so modern at
Yeah,
the time.
because it was so
Like,
modern
fuck
at the
yeah.
time.
It's a
and then
flash limo.
that little one-liner that Takagi gives about like, we didn't get you at Pearl Harbor, so we got you with cassette tapes. I fucking pissed myself.
Yeah, actually, the self-racist fucking stuff was just like, oh, so 80s.
My,
It's only 40 years post the war too, so it
my
was
whole thing
fairly
with
fresh.
Takagi is like they had a white guy dub his voice, and it sounds like Dave Chappelle doing his white guy voice.
was it a different
His
voice?
was
It
dubbed
was dubbed,
as
was it?
fuck. Yeah,
I didn't
know.
realize
I
it.
don't know when I noticed this.
Maybe because
So I was too busy looking at the champagne that wasn't champagne.
I didn't notice
He was
that.
like, "Oh
at
well,
all.
hello. Yes, please come in. Yes, this is my party.
You do realize that
Do you
some
like chicken?
some Asian
You know,
people
Asian people do have.
speak English.
Yeah, have you met Will? Like,
If you actually watch him at the first time they actually have him talking, his words are out of sync.
I think
He's
that may have been
actually
your
dubbed.
internet connection.
He's dubbed.
yeah,
He is dubbed
I
at the
didn't- I
start.
didn't-
I
I
don't
did
know
not
about
notice
when he's
that.
in the seat. I didn't notice it when he was in the seat, but at the start there, when he first introduces and has the chat with that guy before they walk away, with Alice, I think Alice is having a talk with him or something, or maybe Holly's having a talk with
I
him.
think that guy's real name was Joseph. You know, like I feel like that's his actual voice.
yeah, dude.
No, dude, he was dubbed. I promise
we'll
you,
need
it
to
was
have
dubbed.
Do you know what I'm gonna do right now?
Reviewed by the video ref.
Jamie, can you put that up on the screen, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up.
I think video ref needs to.
Yeah, this is.
Definitely
You might
check
want to
that
just
out.
put a
Am I
marker. I think
pulling this up? Yeah,
I'm-
okay, I'll pull this up. Give me a sec.
I think you want to like put a marker here, yeah, because this is wild.
I was wrong. He's not dubbed. That's just me being racist.
And this part will never make it.
He's Asian. There's no way he speaks English.
No, I don't know. Maybe it was my TV, but he is definitely not dubbed. I take that back. He's got a very good white guy voice, though.
That's because he's born in fucking America.
Even in the movie, it says that he was in America when he was like 2 years old.
Okay, well,
And
I
he
don't
got put
listen
in
to
a
Hans
camp.
Gruber's speech like you do, all right?
Exactly.
it's
You know
part
where
of
it
the
was.
movie.
You knew where it was. As he's trying to look for him, he starts talking about the.
You gotta stop bullying me.
Look, it's good when you're wrong. I don't imagine
No,
it
this
happens.
part's not even going to make it on there.
I'm wrong a bit.
Yeah, look, he does
and
have
I
the edit
generally
control.
own up to it when I'm wrong, so...
He's cutting this whole part where he mentions this.
Yeah,
and
it's just him saying that, like, it was dubbed, and I was like, yeah. Just like in different parts of it.
cuts random us of us agreeing with him.
That's the joke every time, too. So, no, I'm not going to do that.
I don't listen to this, so I have no idea if it's real or not.
Yeah.
Aaron listens back to me. He's like, I'm not even in the podcast.
People just congratulating me, like at the end of everyone, you're like, hey, and if you see Aaron, just tell him he did a good job.
Yeah, everyone's just really so positive to you all the
Yeah,
time.
they're like,
You're
hey, man, good job. I'm like, thank you.
and every time.
And I'm like, just say that comment you made about Julia Roberts was great. Like just like throw random shit out there. So he's like, yeah, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
And I just quickly message you guys, did I do something about Julia Roberts? You'd be like, yeah, man. It was hilarious. Did people stop you in the street? Yeah, good. It was perfect.
All right. That was a good sidetrack.
Yeah.
Moving on. My next point is when like everyone keeps bursting into the room whilst they're like arguing and having tantrums with each other.
Yeah, everyone
Like,
trying to
everyone's
look
just
for a room to
so
have
fucking
sex.
rude. Jesus.
This is before or after Ellis was just banging coke on
No,
that
this
chick's
is
desk?
after Alex
Yeah.
Alex banging coke. But if you guys got some stuff there, throw it in.
I'm just having a look now.
Oh, yeah. The guy.
Nah.
I don't have anything that early.
I said, ooh, racist Japanese shit was one of my first things when they talk about Pearl Harbor. Ooh. And then.
Yeah, but he's Japanese.
That was one, like my favorite line.
Turns
It,
out he's
legit
not.
was.
The dude who's on coke was like the worst actor, like I think in the
Yeah, I
entire
hated that
film.
guy.
Yeah, it's like
I think he played the role fairly well.
yeah, but he didn't know how to act. I think that was just him.
His job was to piss us off, and he did a really good job.
Yeah, I think that's just him though.
But there's like you can piss people off and like they can hate you because you're pissing them off because they're stupid. And then you can piss people off because you're a fucking terrible actor.
Yeah, he was a terrible actor to me. Like, yeah, I just read. It looks like he forgot to act in his first scene.
He was just doing coke, and they were like, should we tell him we're recording? He's like, no, film it.
Yeah, this is legit. Like, this is like probably the best you're gonna get out of him. Like,
I just want to pause real quick. Braden's so confident he's not going to vomit tonight that he's turned his bucket around and he's using it as a footrest.
Oh, mate, that is... no, that's actually your vomit bucket.
Oh, well. Someone's getting...
I mean,
dirty shoes.
I'm going to last longer than you, don't worry.
Someone's going to get a bukkake of vomit on them.
Oh no! Why did you do that?
Marker.
If
Christ.
we
gotta figure out-
smart ass, I wouldn't have said it, but I couldn't control myself.
I might as well get that shitty one out of the way.
We have black belly, huh?
I'm going to stand up now because Aaron started standing up after he did his shots and I feel like it's going to help.
Nah, it's because of my back, but yeah, sure.
But I feel
He
like
just
it's
wants to
gonna help.
show off his
I'm not
shot.
gonna stand up because I've been standing up all day.
Why are you so nervous, cunt?
I had the last one. I was like, that's fucking gross. I've had Jaeger in ages and now I'm going to have it again.
Round two, fight.
Okay, we're gonna use different country this time. So we did German, it was Dankeschön, so
Skål.
Skål.
Skull.
Oh, assholes. Oh, bulk assholes. Why do people drink that on purpose?
Because it's delicious. I'm having a great time.
It's like candy pea. Can't you just like things? God.
Yours is a 30 mil shot or a 45 mil shot. These are 60s.
Yeah, some of us have to work tomorrow.
Oh no, I have to go home and have a nap.
Oh, fuck
and
you.
play like Mario Party. Like,
I'm trying
do
to
you
break
know-
like my jerk off number tomorrow, so I'm going for like 14. So
That's actually, you
that's
probably
actually
need,
impressive.
You do probably need a good rest for that.
yeah, I've done 13, man, and like tell you what, like 20-liter drums of lube are not cheap.
No, and you'd just be like,
Lucky you get wholesale prices.
Just be like throwing around,
Exactly.
throwing around a slug for like the last few times.
It's
Just
like, like trying to play pool with a rope.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
All right.
That's fucking.
Brayden looks so unimpressed. I'm so sorry, man.
I'm just tired of sick shit alcohol.
Do you not have any whiskey?
No, I don't have any whiskey. No.
Shit.
All right, that was a fuck shot. This fan fiction is going to be real fun. I hope it's as nonsensical as we become.
Okay, I know. I'm not looking forward to it. I had fun last time. I don't know about this time.
My last comment was about how everyone was being rude by barging into the room. You said something about Alice doing coke.
Oh man, I just realised by the time we start getting a few more shots. So we were just talking about.
Hey, Jamie, can you put that back?
Go back a bit. What were we just saying? Like, yeah.
Let's just move on to the next thing. I feel like this is going to be like a really short one because after the drinks, we're like, what? I'll move on to the next one.
Next.
So my next thing is like when he's using that grinder, and he's like cutting the doors off the things. I don't even know how he was powering that.
I got one before that. When they shoot the guard straight up and he explodes before he gets shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a blood gate?
Blood gate. Yeah. It's sort of like glass gate.
I made a note later on. I'm so glad that none of the glass exploded before people ran through it.
I too made a comment that was, I'm glad there's no glass gate, Aaron.
And when there's like that whole shooting all the glass in the thing, I'm like, oh, this is just asking for glass
Yeah,
gate.
no, but I was looking. It was like shot. It was shot, then to the scene of glass breaking, and I'm like, you can't see a bullet. So I was like, all right, good job.
Yeah.
Anytime someone went through glass.
Yeah. It was all bullets. It was all bullets in this. That was the first one I noticed was like, he gets
bullets of
For
blood.
those of you who are unsure what we're talking about, in RoboCop, every time someone goes through
obviously
glass,
everyone
the
knows. They
glass
listen to every
breaks
single episode.
before they go through it. Just throwing it out there. Brayden looks confused.
Yeah, but Brayden needs to get listen to all
you're
800.
a fan of our podcast, mate.
Yeah,
Don't you
800.
listen to it, do you?
Was it 850? Which 854 hours was it of
Hours.
Fuck, 854
minutes? Minutes
You'd hope.
of our content.
You've had about 10 minutes airtime at my place.
What a good time.
My one hasn't come out yet.
He's like, the only one I care about is my one. You haven't fucking put it out yet.
I just want to see
Well,
me
by
go
the time this
downhill.
episode comes out, it'll be out.
Oh, I'm keen. I want to see just the downhill spiral that podcast is. Anyway.
And you're experiencing it. Isn't that enough for you?
Yeah, but at the time you don't think about it, you know? And then you look back and you're like, fuck, I went a bit hard there.
So it was guy grinding off the doors of the thing so we can cut the cables.
Yeah.
And then his brother using the chainsaw to cut the things, and he has to like rush to do something.
Yeah, he was like rushing to get it all done
Well, his
before
brother's like,
the.
I'm
before
saying
the-
brother,
with the-
they're all German and blonde.
Yeah.
With a
Well,
chainsaw,
one of them
yeah,
was
yeah.
a brother, but I don't think it was that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems silly to me.
He's like 999. Like, oh
he's
yeah,
like,
German.
he's like, no, please stop. Oh, no, Dad. I just like.
I want to know what would have happened if he didn't splice the cable in time. Like, were they just going to die? Or just explode
like,
right
the
there?
whole plan's over.
It
the
seemed
cops
quite
would get
urgent.
Called, I guess.
I don't know what they were drawing.
I feel like it was some kind of like feedback loop or something, so like they won't be able to tell things have been cut.
Yeah, I came up
assume.
with that
So,
same
like, there's not
sort
going to
of-
be an alarm going off like, oh, we've just lost blah 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 from Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
So he's just got like a battery pack with a shitty like 1980s laptop like rigged to it.
My next thing after that was like Argyle in the limo blasting music and drinking alcohol. Super inconspicuous. There's no way that in an empty car park
It's
that
just
no
gonna
one
be
would have heard
thumping.
this fucking car thumping through it.
Two-pack.
Yeah.
Two-pack, whatever, Tupac. I just like how in the 80s it was just like we needed a bad guy, German.
Yeah.
I fucking I
Or
love
Russian. Or Russian.
or Russian.
Yeah.
Well, the big guy, like the really big guy who's like the main, like the main like underling of Hans.
yeah.
He's actually
The guy
Russian.
on the Vendetta.
Yeah, Vendetta guy.
Yeah.
He's actually
Was
like,
his
Russian.
name Carl? I think that was
I think he was Carl. I think he was Carl with a K.
Fabio looking dude.
Yep.
Blonde
Yeah,
Fabio.
Russian Fabio.
With the org.
I've got this like underlining notes in here as well about like how it's the 80s and like how they just have to sneak in tits like every 10 minutes or so.
Oh,
I
like,
literally have classic titty shot.
yeah. I have that as well for the poster.
Yeah.
For the wife, where she's just like got like her dress is like
Yeah.
weird for like one scene. It's
And-
like why?
And the
I mean, I
chick-
get it.
And the chick getting railed as like as they take over.
I swear it's the same chick in every 80s movie. It's the same blonde chick.
Same blonde chick, yeah.
Yeah, with like a B cup.
He's like at the top of Nakatomi Plaza, and he's like looking out like, oh, how can I get the cops? And he looks over and there's this chick in like an apartment building.
Yeah.
And she's just like...
Yeah, like doing exercise.
Doing exercise in her own apartment. He just like stares for a little bit and is like, all right, back to the movie.
I thought he was going to like shoot the glass. I was like,
Yeah, I
man,
thought
just
it was
shoot
gonna
the
be
glass.
Something.
But
he's
let
just
her
like,
know that something's wrong
he's like
somewhere.
having a perv. And then that was it. Like if he had shot the glass, she'd call up the cops and be like, I'm a white girl and I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And
Boom,
credits.
police flooded.
And credits. But
It
no.
wouldn't have even opened the vault.
Yeah.
Have we
Problem
gotten
solved.
to the point where to kind
We're still talking about boob. We're still
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
tits.
no,
we're still
no,
on
we're
tits,
at
don't
tits.
worry.
Yeah, you haven't
There's
missed
like
anything.
three titty shots in this film.
There's multiples.
There's two actual live action titties, and then there's a poster of titties as well.
Yeah, poster.
I had the whole joke about like, you're a policeman. Policemen won't hurt me. There are rules, and I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
cops
In
don't.
this day and age,
Yeah.
Good.
like
Like,
back then, though, he's like the renegade cop, where he's like,
Yes.
"That's just what my sergeant or chief says." Ha ha, pow pow pow. But like now, they're just like, "I'm a
That was
police
before mobile
officer."
phones.
and you're black.
Well,
That's my it's
or of
my
another-
license to kill.
And it doesn't even have to be black. It's just like,
Yeah,
are
it's
you
just you're a
American?
minority.
Are you American? No.
So the when he's trying to message the mission for help, message for backup, he gets on, he gets the girl. The girl's like, "Sir, this is emergency broadcast only," and he's like, "Yeah, no shit, dickhead." Send help, and
I love that his character is actually like, yeah, no shit, dickhead. Like they
Yeah.
didn't say that, but like the way he speaks, is like, yeah, no shit, dickhead.
yeah, like this is an emergency. No, sorry, sir, you can't be on this line. And then you said stuff.
I concur.
I've written
It
like
doesn't hit the same, does it?
I'm confused as to why the cops would be so dismissive on the emergency channel.
It's the whole
John
point.
was like, yeah, it's an emergency channel. How the fuck does someone just randomly get an emergency channel and open with Mayday, Mayday,
Yeah.
and then tell them what's happening?
I'm being
so
shot
this
at.
is emergency channel. Like, you can't do this. This is a prank. Ha ha ha. No.
Yeah, dickhead.
Fuck off.
You're fired.
Fuck off.
Women.
We missed the part though when he fights Carl's brother.
And then sends him the shitty message.
So
Ho, ho, ho.
basically, first thing though, he would have died in that fight. The only reason he didn't die in that fight is because they fell down the stairs and that guy broke his neck.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
He was losing that fight.
Oh, yeah,
John McClane was
absolutely.
losing the fight with Carl's brother.
Yeah.
And then they fell down the stairs and he snapped his neck, and that's why he survived.
That's true.
That's the only reason he survived.
Hey, luck. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he would have lost that fight.
Sure.
Second thing, he does the elevator shtick. Ho, 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 now I have a machine gun. He's in the elevator there, right?
Yeah.
And they radio to the other guys while they're in the
Yeah,
elevator.
if he had the radio
His
on.
radio should have gone off.
Yeah, but he could turn it off.
Maybe he turned it off.
They don't show that, and because they don't show that, that annoys me.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
true that.
audience should be educated enough to know that you can turn a radio
Yes, but
off. Come on, Sam.
But fair point.
there
When someone's talking over a radio, you can't cut into their conversation. You have to wait for them to finish talking before you talk. And
No, but
numerous times in this film, when Hans is talking, John McClane comes in and is like, haha, smile ass comment. So
Yeah, and there are people who think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows, so you really can't assume that people know that you can turn a radio off.
wait,
yeah,
chocolate milk doesn't come from brown cows?
Yeah, no, I was just as shocked as you are.
Holy shit.
Yeah, mind blown.
Is it vanilla from the
Chocolate
white cows?
cows?
Yeah, vanilla is from white cows though.
Chalky cows.
Yeah,
It's okay.
This is weird.
yeah.
Where does the thick shake come from?
That's the bull.
The bull.
It's not about cummies, but sure.
My next.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was
A
bull
brown
semen.
bull and a white bull.
It was a bull
Thick
semen.
shakes.
It was bull semen.
So next it goes to them chasing him
Sounds
down
like an
again. Oh, that's what I've got. Is them chasing him down again. There's more tits.
Oh, so when they're chasing him down, firstly, this is a big point in this film, but and it's a super 80s, 90s thing anyway, but every motherfucker has unlimited clip turned on.
Of course.
Holy shit. Like, the guy wastes ammo to shoot open a door lock. Okay, like, a lot. He doesn't just shoot it like 7 times, he shoots it like 20 fucking times to get through that fucking door.
Yeah.
Every time John McClane shoots, it's like, I've got unlimited clip turned on.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
my
shoot
shit,
like they're-
IDKFA, bro. IDKFA.
He is
actually
the
golf mode.
worst police officer
IDDQD.
ever.
Yeah.
Like even like before that, when Takagi's gets shot in the face, he was just stumbling around and he gets shot. And he's like, oh no, and he knocks over
Yeah.
a part of that model thing.
Yeah.
He's just the worst police officer ever. I'm surprised he made it this far because he's
Yeah, he did
clumsy.
well.
Again, he shoots bullets. He's not that good at his job. He barely took names for like he has like 4 names on his arm, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "There's 8 people."
There would have been 12 if it wasn't for him.
And one of them was like, "Carl?" Question mark.
Yeah.
Braydo, feel free to jump in with any points here.
Look, I agree. The gunfights were like stormtroopers. They just couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, and it just annoys me that no one knows how to aim in movies like this. Shoots me to death. Anyway.
The broadside of a barn.
Yeah, you know, that broadside is...
I understand. I just
very good.
can't say I've
Is that
heard
where
that
you-
before.
yeah,
as the
Never
same.
heard of that.
Brayden, is that where your family kept the help?
But I actually realized I had some stuff beforehand because I had John Fire's machine gun like a small child.
Or like a hip?
Yeah, which is like he's like "Gah!" and he's like throwing like 1,000 bullets into the door. But before that, I wrote like we were talking about the guy and John rolling downstairs having a fight. I was like, it's so great how progressive the 80s were that 2 men could be like wrestling down some stairs and have like other like dudes go like, "Fuck yeah, manly."
And whilst we finish that, Brayden has just finished his drink, and he must have a shot, and I am now finishing my drink and must have a shot. And Peter has finished his drink.
Hey boys,
and must have a shot.
Hey boys.
And Aaron is finishing his drink and must have a shot.
I'm glad I started that train.
Damn it. How far into the film are we at this point? Probably like...
Oh, we're first.
No, we're cruising. Well, we are cruising. We're cruising.
I feel like we're about 25 minutes in.
Oh my god.
No, we're cruising. I got a page left, so that says a lot.
I just
Yeah, but
sculled
that
my
could
drink.
say that you...
I was like, yep, my drink was nearly finished too.
You didn't want to miss that train.
Yeah, I was like, let's do it all at the same time.
I don't know if I can do another Jaeger.
No, you will.
This
was your idea.
Damn it.
It's not sitting... That last one's not sitting very
You're
well on my
going-
stomach. I'm going soju, yeah.
You're going to have the grapefruit?
Don't have the gay fruit.
No,
Gape.
gape.
Have some like
your
tequila
anus.
or
Look,
some
you bought it.
fucking-
I'm going to drink it.
Some
Shush.
Can I have your grapefruit?
Shouldn't have done that.
Pete, I feel like because Aaron and I aren't having the grapefruit, you shouldn't have the grapefruit.
Yeah, hosts stick together, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I'm a special guest, so
He's
I
a
do what I
special
want.
guest.
when
He's
we
special
win an
guest.
award for this show, you know, you want to be up there with us.
Yeah,
Well,
but
what-
you're not going to get like a diluted 13%
It's
of
still-
an award.
It's still like 3.7 drinks in this entire thing.
Yeah, it's a thing, Peter.
So if you have a third of that bottle, you'll be matching them.
All right, here we go.
So 3 shots of it.
3 shots.
You know what? Sure.
Okay, all right.
I can't argue
No,
that.
no, can't
can't
argue
argue
that.
that. That's some good odds.
Yep, let's do it. Aaron, pull me up. All right, time for shot number. This is number 4, number 3.
Go, chin chin.
I'm not keeping count.
I've lost
You gotta go.
count.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
I'm not keeping count. Kampai?
Kampai?
Kampai!
Hey! For the viewers at home, Sam's bucket is already on the table.
Fucking nearly spewed in it. That face was...
that was there. There was a gag there for sure.
That was a proper gag face. You were
That's
rejecting
also
that.
his cum face too.
Oh fuck.
And I would know.
Am I the only one not having a problem with this Jaeger?
Yeah. Fucking oath.
I haven't had a problem with
Did
the
you
Jaeger
do
yet.
like?
Yeah, there we
Have
go.
you done like a lot of time in the Mad Cow Tavern?
Yeah. I don't want to brag, but I've definitely earned my stripes there.
Been around the traps.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was,
You
there was
okay,
a few
Sam?
times in my youth I would drink a whole bottle straight to myself in a night.
Why would you do that?
You're still
I
pretty
really
youthful.
like you.
I don't know
Thanks,
if you
man.
noticed, but Aaron's
You went
kinda
from like
hardcore.
88 fuck-year-old to like, you're still pretty youthful, and that's why I both love and hate you.
Is this an Atherton thing?
Trying to
Like,
make
let's
him
just buy
game.
the grossest shit and try and drink through it.
No, I never had you. in
He's
my
a
strap there.
Tolga boy.
Yeah, I'm a Tolga boy.
Same thing.
Tolga boys, boys.
Making noise.
Yeah.
I wish I was on drugs so this didn't hurt so much.
Just kidding for those officers.
He's
No,
definitely
I'm
not
not kidding
kidding.
at all. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
All right, get them, boys. I try.
I'm not in a position of
No.
superiority
And
anymore, man.
as our lawyer used to say, it's not illegal to take the drugs. It's illegal to have the drugs on
Yeah,
you.
it's not illegal to be on. It's illegal to hold.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sitting back down.
Unless you're driving.
Yeah, true. Don't be on drug driving.
Or just don't have drugs on you while driving, or in you. and
Don't
driving.
have drugs on you. Full
Oh,
stop.
can someone
Yeah.
pass me a fresh beer, please?
Why? So you can finish it.
No, so I can cut through it slowly and never have to drink another Jaeger shot.
I'm gonna just
He had to
try
do it in
one
the
of
next
those,
10 minutes. He's gonna speak.
those
You.
cloud things, those little strawberry ones on my next one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Thank you, Aaron. I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah,
Thanks for making me feel comfortable doing that.
He was looking for a friend and he found one.
Waiting, please, someone someone, please.
I don't
don't
mean that-
want to be. I don't want to be less of a man.
I don't know, but I made this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean for like
So
one of the,
I gotta hold my own on it.
I mean for one of the Book Bell shots. That's like for one of those ones. I can't self book.
Please, let's not do it. Let's move on.
It's been a very alcohol-focused podcast.
Sam's
more
like,
than
I
that
want
last
to
one.
ways, but tonight it's a
No,
Christmas
I said
special.
tonight it is.
Yeah, it's
We're celebrating, all right?
It's
We're
the
celebrating Christmas.
Sam's like, I want to do one with
3.5
a lot of
weeks
alcohol.
early.
We're like, we don't want to do that. And
Yeah.
then he's the
We're
one
also
like
celebrating the
sorry.
fact that like the three of us managed to do 17 episodes in a year, which is not too bad.
We've done 17.
17.
Yeah, this is
man.
episode 17.
Oh, when it airs.
Yeah,
Still 17. That's wild.
that's not bad.
What are we up to now?
So my next thing was when he's like going, like hiding in the elevator shaft and he jumps from one to the other.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
He would have died.
I'm in and around
Well,
there.
actually,
Nah,
he was
come on.
supposed to jump straight from the one on the same floor.
And he fell down like two
and
stories.
the stunt double fell, and they kept the falling part.
Oh, really? That wasn't
really?
meant to be in
No,
it?
yeah, he wasn't meant to be. He was supposed to go from
True.
one and then straight to the other.
Yeah.
And so they kept
Same
like
level.
the stunt double fell,
Damn.
and they kept that.
Did he
part.
die?
That's
No.
impressive as
Ah.
fuck.
No, he was on
I mean,
harnesses
I'm
and
sure
shit.
that the fact that the elevator shaft goes all the way down was fake.
No, that wasn't an elevator shaft. That was the air conditioning shaft.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
air
okay,
conditioning.
I'm sure that the fact that it like goes into like a black hole was fake. I'm sure
Yeah.
there was like it was computer
Oh,
generated.
yeah.
Does anyone make the point that how bad he was at tying knots around that gun that he couldn't like? keep
Yeah,
held
he's
on?
supposed to be a cop, and like you're supposed to know some form of knot.
Yeah.
and
I
as
mean,
I
I
say, if you can't do knots, do lots. And he did like one shitty knot, and was just like, that'll hold me.
Guns are pretty sturdy, but I don't reckon that would have held his weight based on how that was propped up. I reckon that gun would have folded a little bit. The stock on
maybe, but like even
stock was
the
not.
knot,
This is
the knot
this is-
itself.
We're
was
in Saudi
slick.
Arabia. We don't have MP5s here, so it's a little. tricky.
Were we in Saudi? I forgot. Like,
Sorry, we are in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Glad you know it's an MP5. Don't worry, it's okay. My microphone's fine.
It is now.
Sam's just jerking off the microphone.
Sam knows how to deal with a mic.
He's tightening it for you. He likes a tight
I don't have
mic.
a problem moving it.
It kept falling to the side like a
Yeah,
penis.
put it up.
I know, but I was.
You're
moving
trying
it.
to get it in your mouth. You had to keep moving around.
I
You don't
like
do that.
holding the dick.
Yeah, I know you do.
Couple of balls.
Sorry, we were talking about him jumping through the elevator. You think the gun would have folded? I don't think the gun would have folded. That
I
thing's
think
made to hold a lot of heat.
the knot would have folded.
No, the stock at the back. It was no,
Oh, that
But it was a
maybe.
full piece stock though, wasn't it? Like
no, it wasn't.
But the knot would have slipped long before that thing
Oh
bent.
yeah.
Hey,
the knot was a problem.
Americans, can you tell us if the gun
Yeah.
would have folded?
yeah. If the gun would have folded, how many school shootings would have happened?
Must be Americans because we have like 6 listeners in the US.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so
That's how I keep count.
please tell us.
Well, I've got a comment close to that scene when he's
Yep.
in the actual air vent, and he pulls out his Zippo lighter, and it lights the whole thing up like he's in a.
drinks.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
I don't know why I sound like my shitty impersonation of Jerry Seinfeld.
But perfect.
He turns on the Zippo lighter and it lights up the entire elevator shaft like it's
Yeah,
a
to the point where
floodlight.
like old mate can see it clearly.
Oh my goodness!
And
Anyway,
he's like, oh, quickly, floor below us in the executive suite or
why
whatever.
did he
the fuck.
even need to turn the light on? I can't remember.
There was
He
no
was just
reason.
crawling
He
through
was
it.
just crawling through, grabs it. Pship, pship. Oh, yep. It is an
Does
air
he get on the
conditioning vent.
radio then? I think he says something smart.
Does he?
I think
I think
so.
he just talks to himself. He was just like,
Maybe, yeah.
come to the house, have a drink.
Yeah, that's right. He was like, man, this is a rough day.
Yeah. This is before he even like fucks himself up with all the broken glass and
Yeah, this
gets
is well
shot.
before that.
This-
Gets shot in the shoulder.
Is
Yeah.
this after the police
This is
actually
when
rock up?
the cops
Oh,
rock
yeah.
up.
This is before
Yeah.
the police
Yeah,
rock up.
wait,
yeah.
how
My
good-
next thing's when the cops rock up.
yeah, I'm up to there as
That's
well.
not my next thing. My next thing is the journalist going, like, he says some dumb comment, and the other journalist is like gives him this fucking
Oh, and they're
hilarious
like,
glare.
The guy
We're on
on the
air.
anchor. The anchor.
We're on
Yeah,
air.
yeah, the lead
but
anchor.
his whole scene was pointless as well because they made him seem like an idiot. And they're like,
I
oh,
don't know.
you mean from this particular place? And he's like, that place is from Sweden. And they're like, it's actually or whatever the fuck. Like it was
The
from
only
like,
thing that
He says
those guys
Helsinki.
existed for
Yeah.
is to
Helsinki.
point out the fact that Holly and John are connected. That's the only reason that the news channel existed.
yeah, but like
And
that
it really didn't have
scene
that
with
much
the
of an
news
impact.
channel was pointless.
Yeah, but it allows
It's like a side plot.
Hans Gruber to figure out that.
Yeah.
But it still would have happened because Hans Gruber still goes up to check the detonators.
And Hans Gruber's also in her fucking office the entire time.
Yeah, but
The
he
whole
wouldn't
thing.
have
checked the picture.
He wouldn't have checked the picture.
But why did they have the scene where they're talking to the guy who wrote the book about hostage situations on air, and they were talking about like Helsinki?
I think it's just to introduce the news.
The concept of like...
because that was second or
I reckon
third
if
part
we-
of the news people.
I reckon if we actually read the book that it's based on,
True.
It'd probably make more
it'd
sense.
make a lot more sense.
And they were like, they just filmed a bunch of stuff to make it for the book, and then an editor went through and just sort of like
made it work.
chopped it.
Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't sound right.
That makes more sense, but not for the
They
podcast.
never do that in Hollywood.
Never.
So does it make sense in a reality, but not for the podcast? So fuck that idea. That's bullshit.
Next.
Bite it.
My next thing was the cop got hurt by the plant. whilst
Yes,
they
that
were
was
prepping
that's
stores.
my next one. They're in full military gear, right? Like they've got like bulletproof fucking everything, and he's like, flour, it hurt me. As he's like running through, like the world's
It's not
shittest
2020,
rose
dude.
bush.
Like, chill out.
He was like, oh, I'm fragile. He was like a fucking soccer player or football or whatever the fuck you
Trying
want
to
to
get
call
a
it.
red
was
card.
like-
Yeah, he was like, quick red card him.
Penalty.
He just falls down and like holds his knee like...
Has anyone seen the video of the like ref tapping
Yeah,
the
the
guy
ref.
on the
He was like,
back?
"Hey, good try," and he's like, Yeah, I saw that, and he was like, that guy got red carded, and apparently, like that,
Fucking deserved it.
flopping.
apparently the ref doesn't red card like that, but he was just like, nah,
He's a flopper.
Yeah.
yeah, what a fucking flopper.
That sounds like something European that Braydo would know, but nobody else would. That's
Yeah.
A flopper?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, that's
man.
what
you
he-
know what a flopper is.
That's what he calls the
Also,
help.
in this particular scene-ish, when they introduce the police chief.
Yeah.
Every police chief in every 1980s movie,
Oh,
regardless
man.
of black or white,
Useless.
is the same fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, I'm an asshole.
They put
Do
him-
as I say. I'm an idiot.
I
What
was
even
gonna say,
are the regulations?
It's
And
the guy from the Breakfast Club.
No, they pull him
Yeah.
straight out of the police academy. Straight out of the
Fuck, we're
police
gonna do
academy.
Breakfast Club at some point.
I have to watch The Breakfast Club for the first time then.
You've never seen it?
Never seen it.
Oh wow.
Okay. It's been a long time.
I've seen, like, from that guy.
Don't you?
Yeah, I know the song.
Forget
From
about
John
me.
Hughes, I've seen Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, and 16 Candles.
I haven't seen 16 Candles because I'm not a 14-year-old girl.
Oh, Molly Ringwald.
I know who
Same
she
as
is because
today.
of Not Another Teen Movie.
It's Molly Ringwald.
I know who she is because of Another 19 Movie where she's like at the fucking airport as like,
Yeah.
like there's, I tried Hollywood, but now I just work at like security or some shit. And I was like, okay.
So the next point that we're talking about.
Sorry. Yes.
This is what happens when you feed us shots all night, Sam, you fucking asshole.
We get off track a little bit.
The next thing
The
is
Christmas episode, 8 hours long.
I went South Park because he's like, I'm in charge here, and he's like, not anymore, you're not. If anyone's ever seen that South Park episode, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just like
yeah.
consistent, not anymore, you're not.
Yeah.
Made me happy. And then Alan Rickman is terrible at an American accent. He fucking sucks at it.
He sucks in an American accent. His teeth fuck me up. And I know he's British, so in my head I'm like, he's British. His teeth are going to be fucked.
It's okay.
But it's still, because his shitty American, shitty German accent, I'm like, surely he's one of them. But because he's doing one bad, he does
Bro,
both
can
bad.
you stop? You're going to get us cancelled by Harry Potter fans.
There's one thing I got
I
just...
nearly said flans, but
Fuck
it's fans.
Harry Potter flans.
There's this one point just in that.
don't know.
Are you talking about on the roof when he's like...
Yeah, when they're broing out with him and John are broing
there's
out.
this point where, like, in between two camera angles, his hair goes from, like, full disheveled to, like, all neat again. Like, within... It's like, wait, what happened there? Like, he's just like, his hair's just like... And it's, like, back to normal. You're like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Did I have a stroke? But I didn't have a stroke.
The thing that really fucked me up was McClane's been talking to Gruber
Yeah.
the whole night. And McGruber. Hans does like the shittest accent, and it still sounds exactly
the
like
same,
him.
yeah.
And it's just like, well, you're a completely different person I've never spoken to before, and only figured out when I looked up at a thing and you
Yeah.
picked the wrong clay.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is that Peter has something in his beard.
I have many things in my beard.
No, but there's something in your beard.
Yeah, no, no.
He's put them in there.
No, like,
That's
there's
his
like
bottle
a chip
caps.
or something in
No, no, no.
Bottle caps.
Bottle caps, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's how he's counting beers. I mean,
Sam's
there
I'm
are...
looking from
counting my
across the
beers.
table,
I've got
guys.
3 in here.
No, you don't. You only have 1. You've got 2 on your sweet gunt.
Fell down. Thank you, sir.
I think you need to borrow some glasses, Sam.
From here, you can't see that they're beer bottle caps. You
I
can't
mean, from
turn
here you
around.
can clearly see them.
I saw them.
Fuck you, Brayden.
Again, this is...
Okay.
What part are we up to now? The where they're being buddy.
We're talking about Alan thing, or
Yeah.
no, Hans.
Hans.
Yeah, right.
Did I mention them before? Like that was the first scene that they had actually filmed, or one of the first scenes, and they didn't know what they had to do. So the whole thing is pretty much like they'd never met, and so they just like didn't have many lines.
Yeah, that's super obvious watching that scene
And,
now. That they're like really awkward with each other.
Yeah, they're like, and you're like, this is fucking weird,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's weird.
And it's because it was supposed to be like they didn't get any lines, and it was one of the first scenes that they'd actually filmed together. So they're like, this is the person, and action. And you're like, do you want a cigarette? Like, here's my weird British teeth.
I mean, it's plausible. He was in a suit, you know. He looked like he was down at the party.
Yeah, but like if he was a cop, he would have noticed that it was a suit too good for Nakatomi Plaza.
True. I'm just surprised.
Only
You know what's weird?
the Japanese fellow that got
This is
shot.
gonna like go way back to the start, and we can come back. But
I think, yeah, mate, same
did anyone
point.
notice that when the elevator doors open, nobody else notices them? Like you think at least somebody, when an elevator door goes bing, someone would look back and look and see a bunch of dudes
shining
with
light, and it's a
submachine guns.
big shiny light. It's not like the elevator lights now, where it's like a small faint,
Yeah.
like
It's like a big dick light.
It's like here's my dong, here I am, rock me like a hurricane. I'm regretting this already.
Okay, someone needs to explain why we've just broke out into laughter.
Just to sidetrack, Peter just took a picture of Aaron and then put a comment saying, "Dre, there's no snare in my headphones." And I'm not gonna lie, when I looked at that photo, I was like, "What fucking white trash dude is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Aaron."
But at least I even knew it was about me.
I thought it was him taking a picture of me at some point.
No, Peter likes to take pictures of me and add it to his collection.
And there's the photo in the background of Hitler by Jojo Rabbit.
Well, I saw you taking a photo of me, and I was like, that's pretty funny. And I looked over at you, and I'm like, oh, wait, there's a meme right here. Like,
Let's take a picture of the disabled guy. Very cool, Peter.
Dre, I got no snare in my headphones.
it looked like you were spitting a rhyme as you were talking. Like, yep, that's the one.
One ear on.
I'm sorry I like to
Just so
hear...
hip hop, dude. Just so hip hop.
Because you're
I'm
the
sorry
only one
if I like a
standing
good
up
beat.
too. Like, you look like you could be rapping right now.
I am.
You're
In here,
spitting
where
fire.
my heart is.
Oh, I'm sorry I did that. Like, I had a moment. and saw
Forgive
it.
me, it's actually a flattering photo of me, so...
Yeah, Aaron looks good in it. I'm gonna throw it out there. Like I was like, this redneck's got buff, but it's Aaron.
Yeah. What an attractive red... Oh, fuck, it's Aaron again, save.
Yeah.
Toga,
Yes, I'll
Toga, boys,
add that to my
boys.
collection for my J off record tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good luck.
My next thing was that Al gets dark really quick about killing kids.
Oh, yeah. How good is that, though?
Oh, my God. I have a thing for later on at the end.
Yeah, what a fucking pointless thing. But anyway, we can
I'm
get
gonna
there.
call back to that later.
Let's do it, because that was the most annoying fucking thing ever. I feel like
No,
maybe in the book
no,
it
it
was
was
better,
for-
but in this it was stupid.
It was just for cops, man. Because you know, I'm still a cop. But yeah.
They were
I didn't
broing
kill
down.
kids. Yeah, it happens.
They were
Nah,
broke.
but
It's just part of the job, you know.
It's all part of his redeeming arc.
Do you know what's... Hey, can I just throw this out there real quick? When I was writing the fan fiction for this one...
You personally wrote the fanfic for this one?
Yeah, like guys, come on, I'm a bit of a writer. I don't know if you know.
He listens
Mark
to
Twain
14
right here.
to 17 fanfics and he thinks he can just do this.
When I was reading it, I was trying to get like...
He's just culturally appropriated himself
Yeah.
to fan fiction.
I was trying to get like an understanding of how the scene on the roof was written, so I could try and get the vibe right, because that's where the fan fiction is.
I'm sorry, which scene on
with
the roof?
Mcclane and Hans.
Okay.
That's like where the fan fiction takes place.
Oh, fuck yes.
I'm looking forward to this.
And I'm trying to get like a vibe check of it, and because I'm a millennial now, so I have vibe check.
Yeah.
Millennials or Gen? something?
you're-
You've always been a millennial.
Where's Zed?
Yeah,
what am I?
Gen
then?
Y, sorry, Gen Y.
What are the cool kids now?
Where-
Gen Y.
They're Gen Y.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
where's-
na-
we're
no, where
millennials.
Y?
No, now
18,
Millennials.
like 18.
they're millennials.
No,
No,
we're
we're
millennials.
millennials.
We're
We're
millennials.
we are millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Anyway,
Gen
so the
Z.
hip kids now would
Z?
say vibe check.
Z.
And
No, he's a millennial too.
What, millennial, Z are the hip kids.
Oh wait, then it went to something else.
Zoomers.
Zoomers?
Like,
Zoomers. Let's just say Zoomers.
Zoomers,
Zoomers is what they are. So all the fucking Zoomers basically would say vibe check. So I had to vibe check the script
I
to
also
see
say the
how
fuck
it was
everyone off.
written. In the original write-up of the script, so much of what happens in the film doesn't actually happen. And one thing that doesn't happen in the original write-up of the script is the interaction between Hans and John.
Yeah, right.
It's
okay.
not in the original script at all.
Okay.
Because I was trying to search for it, try and find it, and it showed up, and I was like, oh, there's no scene between... Like, I searched Clay to like search because he calls himself Clay, and there's literally like 0 results found in the original script.
Yeah, right.
So there's a lot of re-edits by the looks of it, actually, before we got to where we got,
Right.
which I just found interesting.
as
they
a
kinda-
writer yourself, you found that interesting.
Oh, don't say that. Fuck God, I feel dirty already.
Did you want to, when I make the Internet Movie Database of this, do you want me to put you down as writer?
Please, thank you. Director.
I was like
trying to think of
something to say along those lines, and you're like, you got it. You got
Yeah,
there.
it's team effort. Like, you thought of it, I delivered it. That's what.
It happens a bit. I'm like, fuck, but there's something here for this. Where is it? And then
I hate
the
both
guy
of you.
who's
This episode's
the
gonna suck.
actor and
It's your
comedian
fault.
seems to somehow get ahead of
Yeah.
me. Who knows
the
how?
words just come to me
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the universe.
Yeah.
That
So my next line after Al killing a kid.
impregnated by you, birthed by me. Visualize it.
What did you guys have after Al killed the kid?
Oh, I just said that's fucking hilarious. But anyway, it's crazy. Like a black
I was
guy
just like,
killed-
Holly suddenly has cleavage.
No, I said finally the 80s movie where glass don't break before impact, which we'd already talked about before.
I actually wrote no glass gate in Die Hard, Aaron. That's
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
what-
yeah.
look,
Can't.
No
I even
glass
wrote your
gate.
name.
That's beautiful. Thank you so,
I
thank
actually
you so
I wrote
much.
more Glassgate.
What about the bit where the C4 blew up down in the elevator shaft? And
We're well past that now.
yeah, I know.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
What was your comment on that, Brayden?
I was just gonna say, like, yes, plastic explosive blows shit up, but like that was like a nuclear weapon went off.
Oh yeah,
the
that was like,
basement.
oh, here's a little bit of C4,
Yeah,
and you're like, what the?
and he's
fuck?
like looking down, like seeing the
he's like-
fireball come towards him, and he's like, "I better
He's
move
like,
out of the
he's
way."
like, this isn't real time.
I've got the thing where they're shooting, and there's like a turn that like old mate does. I think it's Carl, and I've got my line is Carl's turn after the Bukkake of glass. Fantastic.
Bukkake of glass is a great one. Because
Piss again.
And it's actually, and I've got this actually right here. So if anyone wants to like fact check that I wrote Bukkakeing, I did.
yeah.
Thing looks like a Christmas tree. Well, it's a Christmas special. Fuckwit. No,
Did
I'm
you
down with
time
it.
this? Put a marker.
He did something.
oh fuck.
Fee.
Fee?
Sirhartika.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Got it?
Even though they don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, that's even.
So now we're about to cheers in Middle East. We're probably going to fuck this up.
In Arabic.
but-
Arabic.
Arabic. Ready, boys? 1, 2,
Sihatika.
3.
Fee Sirhartika.
Sirhartika.
Oh, assholes.
Oh, that was much better. Thank you, Aaron.
This is so good. This
Everybody, Sam didn't need the bucket.
I didn't need the bucket this time, no.
because it's a lolly.
Tastes like
In
a
a
cloud.
shot.
It does. I agree. It
It's
tastes like a
candy.
cloud. It's one of those red clouds.
It tastes like
Sailor
candy.
Jerry's ain't.
Wow. Oh yeah, how'd you go over there, champion?
Everyone's like, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. I'm over here going, this time feel good.
Pete's walking the plank over there.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm walking on sunshine.
I can see his belly, so you know immediately when you can see that belly, you're just like, bro, come on.
I feel good.
All right, so
Good.
moving on with the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
That's
we're doing
right,
that too.
I did the book thing. That's what
My next thing, I don't know where you guys were up to, but my next thing was when the TV people rocked up to the Mcclane house.
Think I'm before then.
I had
yeah.
a very generalized thing as well. It's like, why do all in these cop films they always have to make the FBI out to be like they're fucking retarded? Like,
Because
So here's
they're
my
retarded.
thing, right? The FBI though, when Old Mate adapted Men in Black, and he had like he must have seen the way these two FBI agents interacted, and was like, "This is how J and K will interact."
Yeah.
Because Old
He
Mate
was
looks
like-
like,
he was
Old
like-
Mate looks like a D grade Tommy Lee Jones. The other
Yeah.
guy could be a D grade fucking Will
True.
Smith.
And they're like, just like Sargon. And he's like, motherfucker, I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like,
And he
classic.
even calls him Slick.
Yeah,
Like
slick,
he even
slick,
calls him Slick.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that though was just like a name
some
for
racist
like.
term that old rednecks would say.
I was gonna say for young people, but sure, it also could be a
Yeah,
racist.
I think
term.
it's just like rookie sort of.
Yeah, rookie.
A rookie
Hey,
name.
hey, Slick, you're too slippery. You're not sturdy yet.
Yeah.
Listen here, Slick.
I think I was before this. Not sure because it was all set in the same building, so it's hard to keep
It's
up.
fucking difficult,
It's
right?
really hard to keep up, but I'm glad we're almost.
I think I'm at the point when the vault opens
Yeah.
and they're standing in front of it, and,
Yeah.
and it's like a scene out of Baywatch where
wait.
Hans is looking at the vault open and his hair gets blown back and it's just all pretty. Annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man! You just open the vault, run in there and get your shit, run away.
yeah, but it was a glorious moment.
It was a fucking glorious moment.
I
Brayden.
found it to be a bit shit.
All right, that's fair enough. That's the point of this podcast.
Fuck.
Merry,
Damn.
Merry Christmas.
Why do I have to keep this thing on track? Why can't you guys keep it on track? Fuck.
Right, it's your fucking show, all right? Yeah.
Fuck.
It's because you cunts are walking on sunshine.
How's your drink going?
No, it's not done yet.
My next thing is like when he
Fucking
shoots
close.
Han. Has anyone got anything before he shoots Han?
The only
yeah.
thing I have,
You've got the
Sorry, I
maid
just
is
scrolled
so
back up.
When he
fired.
shoots Han, yeah, when he jumps
maid-
off the building.
The maid is so fired.
the maid,
No, she's deported.
She's deported as
It's-
fuck.
It is
yeah.
so deported.
Yeah.
again, my maid thing was going back to earlier where they were like, every maid is Mexican and they're all illegal, apparently.
Yeah.
They're like,
Just
they're
how
like-
it is
She's
in
definitely not
California.
going to have that sponsorship now.
The Californians they're pretty PC until it comes to their own dealings.
So, shooting Hans. My biggest thing is that when he shoots Hans, he should say, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Instead, he says some dumb line that's completely forgettable. It's so forgettable, I didn't even write it down.
Yes, but
And then he twirls his fucking gun and blows the end of it like it's a fucking Western.
yes, but more annoyingly than that is that kind of sweaty. He's cut his feet up. Everything's gone. He managed to somehow make sticky tape, stick a gun to his fucking sweaty back.
To his
I
back,
have
yeah.
one little bit before that.
I'm before that as
actually.
well,
yeah.
yeah.
With the tape bit, I have a little bit before, and it was the shitty when him and the other brother are fighting.
Oh, fuck. That guy kind of gets hanged. Oh,
Hung,
wait.
yeah, the guy who got
in the-
hung.
No, we're going to go back there, though, because that's at the end of the film that I think I want to bitch about that.
Oh, I thought that part
No, we're
was
at the
bef-
end.
What are we
You're
talking
talking
about?
about when the black guy has his moment that redeems
No,
him?
no, when
no,
before he
okay.
got hung. We
he
skipped
hangs the
the
guy.
part where they're
okay.
fighting.
Okay, well,
They're
yes.
fighting, and there are clear scenes where him and that guy are fighting, and he's like the Russian German dude is just beating the shit out of Mcclane, and it's clearly a double. Like it's different hair, it's a different like tan, it's a different build, and this dude's just like wailing on him and throwing him through shit. And I'm like, the only thing that made sense was the fact that it was still same pants and singlet. Like that was the.
Well, no wonder
fucking notice
he survived that whole thing. It
Yeah.
was someone else fighting him. Like it makes sense.
And actually, speaking of like John McClane, there's actually something that I had
Stunt doubles.
forgotten to mention that I definitely know Peter would have noticed
Oh, fuck off.
the whole time is that there was 17 different shirts because of degradation. The shirts, the singlet that John
McClane
McClane
one.
wears.
Really?
He has 17 different like versions of it where it just gets like degraded because you know
Yeah.
we can both look up all of the
There's some fan fiction
like
for you.
it's not fan fiction. It's fucking it's
Oh,
a trivia.
I
thing.
thought you were
trivia,
talking
yeah,
about like
sorry,
how,
my bad, trivia.
how
His
like
shirts
they
like
had,
keep getting fucked up, and like they had
yeah.
17 different
versions of that. Yeah,
of
no, I
the
did read
shirt.
that. Yeah,
And it was just like degrading from like 1 to 17.
yeah. No, I didn't see
And
that.
Yeah, and I thought that was
Just gets bloodier and dirtier as the show goes on.
And they did like a really good job. Like their art
costume
department, art department was fucking on point. Their costumes or whatever it would be.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, people
Costume
who in costumes who were
department,
like, it's not art. Like,
Yeah.
Did you guys have a problem when?
Fashion! It's fashion!
Oh yeah, fashion. That's Hans is into fashion. He said.
but the stunt doubles was a clear swap for me because like it was like the shirt that like you'd see Bruce
right.
Willis in, and then all of a sudden there's a dude who's just in like singlet A who's just getting like
you know
the
what?
shit beaten out of him.
I was just distracted the whole time because they just weren't wearing shoes.
There was other things that you saw. What about?
Of course, Peter. Typical, mate. Very typical of you.
classic.
I mean,
Classic.
the bit that I had a problem with was when he uses the fire hose to jump off the building.
Oh yeah, actually that was because everyone
So
has
far
an
back.
yeah,
I know,
no, but like because everyone has an
Sorry,
issue with
it's
that, I
hard.
skipped it, but I do fucking agree because it was just like that would either like break off before like the moment you land with that much like force, you'd break that for sure, or you would break your spine.
Yeah, and then he like
It's John McClane.
kicks on the glass
Yeah.
and just happens to shoot it at the exact moment. The thing unlatches from the top and he just
Yeah, it's
happens
called
to fall
action,
in.
you fuckwit.
Look, all right, it's too perfect.
Have you
no,
never
it's
seen The
perfect.
Expendables, bro? Come on.
We haven't
Well,
done
Bruce
the
Willis is in that
Expendables yet,
too.
and you know what? It's a bit shit. I concur.
No,
Braydo, I concur.
Thank
What
you,
I
Aaron.
will give it like ups for is like as shitty as an actor as he can be at points. Like Bruce Willis is like the look of fear on his face when he starts to like creep, like when the weight starts to pull him towards the window, and you're like, that's
all right.
actually
Pretty
good,
real. What do you
genuine-
think he thinks about as an actor when
When he's doing that,
Yeah.
his ex-wife like taking all of his money.
Yeah.
He's like, I could be Brendan Fraser, but I'm doing a little
He's
better.
just sitting there like, what is it, Eddie Murphy? He's just thinking, half.
Hey, yeah, he's flying in, like, hey, and he's like, no, because that movie would have come out like, sorry, that stand-up
Just
comedy,
after all.
like 87.
Yeah.
So he would have seen that. He was like, hey,
Oh, my.
funny, and they're like, we need you to be fearful, and then like he's flying through this thing. He's like, hey, and
I've
he's
got
like,
it.
No,
I've got this.
I want half your
fucking
shit. Who
Julia
was his
Roberts.
ex-wife?
He was married to Julia Roberts.
Demi
Demi
Moore.
Moore, wasn't
Demi
it?
Moore. He may have also been married. I don't know.
Maybe
but
he might
he
not
was
have been
definitely-
married. He had kids with
he
Julia
was-
Roberts.
No, he had kids with Demi Moore.
Julia Roberts. When is he ever married to Julia Roberts?
Hollywood
because,
was wild back then.
Because
Coke
Now
was
people
cheap.
just fuck people and they don't have kids.
because I was reading something like a year ago with the whole COVID thing. Like he's with another girlfriend, like Bruce Willis, and he was like, "Oh, he's spending his COVID time away from his girlfriend with his ex-wife Demi Moore and their two kids, or however many fucking kids
that was
they have."
so early on in the fucking
Yeah,
pandemic.
like beginning of like
yeah. I remember that.
like first few months of the pandemic really hitting
No, didn't he
the
bring
US.
didn't he bring his new missus to hang out with his ex missus?
I think they may have eventually, but I remember like there was a one specific headline that was just like he left his girlfriend at home while he hangs out with ex-wife and children in COVID bunker or some kind of shit
Yeah,
like
because
that.
he's all these kids. Do you know
Yeah.
what's really unfortunate? Like they've got like quite a banging mum, but
Demi Moore?
they all look like him, and it's like, oh, you poor bastard.
And Demi Moore's like with Ashton Kutcher or some shit.
Yeah.
No, they're not together anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back with
Mila Kunis.
Mila
Mila Kunis.
Oh, she's
She was
beautiful,
like,
though. she's
no,
beautiful.
she's like, no, Ash, I'm sick of playing with Lego.
All right, let's go back to where we were.
Sorry.
I don't know why I
We've
went
gone
to
forward
Lego.
and back and forth and back.
Sorry, yes, that's
Where I was at.
It's called being drunk, Sam. Get with it.
not
yeah,
even, bro.
Drink harder, Samuel.
So my next thing is the black guy.
Oh, so you got a problem with the black
We're
guy?
at the end of the movie, right?
which
We're
one?
End of Al.
Al. Okay. Yeah.
We're at the end of the movie.
Not
Are we at the end of
Argyle?
the movie? Is everyone else at the end of the movie here?
I'm towards the end. All the rest of my things
look,
are at the end.
I've only got one other thing.
Oh, when he falls off, hang on, when Hans falls off the building,
Oh, I got a fun fact.
the look on his face, like the cum face,
Yeah.
it's just, come on, man. Like you're falling to your death, just shoot someone.
Yeah.
No, do you know what's the funny thing about that? I've got some.
He has just a straight bukkake face.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't, did you?
Fucking
No,
good
you
timing.
said you
Good
self-booked
timing,
too.
Brayden. Good fucking timing.
And you booked yourself, you bastard. He's self-booked. I feel like he needs to have 2 shots. Of
Aaron's halfway through pouring some cloud liquor, so I'm fucking down for that shit.
To a
Yeah, we're
different
just gonna say
language.
cheers on this one.
Let's go American. Cheers.
Cheers.
No, wait, hold on.
Cheers.
I thought that was
No, wait,
Australian
no,
this whole time.
isn't that school shooting? And then
Ah, shit, yeah. Hey, let's do American school shooting.
Shooter, yeah.
AR-15.
We have lost 15 viewers.
I like how you think 15 viewers aren't our friends.
All right, can we move to the end of the film?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I wanted to talk about that
Hold on, back it
until
up.
he
Back it up,
self-booped
Terry.
himself. I had a fun fact about that scene where Hans falls out of the building. So how they got that genuine thing was like he knew he was meant to fall, right? Yeah. Thanks, bro. Thank you, fellow person who likes to read about
You just
films.
finished a drink, which means you have to have another shot.
Actually, the drink I had, I was filling up because I
Oh,
had
right.
finished my
So you
drink,
have to
and
have
then you
another shot as well.
and you called it. So I just combined those two bad boys.
I'm
That's
okay.
not allowed.
That's
Go
some
on.
smart drinking. Okay.
Fun
So
fact.
the whole idea was like he knew he was meant to fall, and they're like they did that like okay, we're gonna drop you in
Harry, you
3.
should have had some more of the grapefruit because then people would have to drink
Fuck
less.
you dickhead. You say the 3, 2, and they did that like whole like we're gonna do you on 1, but they went okay in 3, and they just dropped him, and he was like,
Okay, that's
Like-
cool then.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
actual look of fear.
Okay, so the next thing that I've been trying to get to for the longest time
2 hours almost.
is the end of the film.
Ooh.
Right. So, here we go. The first thing is they're walking out of the tower after he shoots Hans.
Yep.
Holly must be completely fucking confused as to why the fuck he's hanging. Hanging. Holy shit, I said hanging. That's racist. Hugging some random black guy. He's giving him a big fucking hug.
why is hanging some random
Samuel. A few things. One, it's called lynching. And 2, it's illegal.
Especially
3,
in
I have
California.
not seen any lynching in that movie.
I said hugging, Aaron.
It was just a Freudian slip. It's all good.
Pretty
She
good
must
one.
be so confused as to why he is hugging some random black guy because it's like she's been listening to the radio all night. He just walks out of this fucking thing and hugs some random black guy that he gives some very fucking gay looks to. Like,
He does that to every woman that he respects.
yeah, but this is a man.
I stand by my statement.
Fair enough. So she must be confused by that. But the next thing is
I mean, it could have been Big Gay Al.
Big
the
Al.
biggest thing that fucked me off about the ending of this film. The biggest fucking dumbest fucking thing. I love this film. I've shit on it a bunch tonight, but I love this fucking film. I don't like the fact that the guy that was hung by his fucking neck
For-
magically comes back
for minutes.
to fucking
For a long
life.
time.
Or like hang by your
Well, they
neck
had
until
time to-
death.
they had
and
to-
he was...
They had time to bring him down in a body bag after
That- someone
unhooking
would've
him.
He
checked.
was there for a long time. It's not like it took
At
John
least half an hour.
It's not, yeah, exactly. It's not like it took John like 5 minutes.
Could have been
time
2
moves
hours.
slowly in Russia. Like,
Could have been 2 hours. And then he gets out, still with his gun somehow.
Yeah.
You didn't even bring
yeah.
that up. It's like they wrapped him up with his style
Yeah,
org.
that's the thing. That's like
Still
hey,
loaded.
we have to take that gun into evidence, and we have to
It's
wrap
vendetta
up this
power.
body.
Just
so
send
we're
the-
like, nah, just put him on a stretcher,
Just send the machine gun to the morgue. They'll deal with it.
and they'll send it over. Don't worry. The thing that really, sorry, yes,
Look, so my whole thing is like, I just fucking could have done without the point at the end of it with fucking Al shooting that guy to redeem himself
what
for
if-
shooting a child because it was just
because
fucking pointless.
That's what I've got here. Fucking redeeming arc of Al was hilarious.
That's pretty good.
I've
he
got that
wasn't
as well.
a main enough character for me to care. He wasn't even a secondary character. He was just like another guy in the film.
Technically, he is a secondary
He's
character.
a supporting, yeah. He technically, but
Right.
he wasn't.
He has enough lines.
I
He
didn't
does,
care
yeah.
enough for him to make me give a shit about him.
He would earn an IMDb profile, would he not?
Oh, he
Professional.
would. He would.
Yes, he would. Thank you very much.
You can get it.
He would.
He would get in the
Yeah,
what is it?
I'm sorry, the Arabic in me is just
Screen
sticking
Actors
around for a
Guild?
little bit. He
Is that
would.
right? Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah,
He would get
absolutely.
a membership.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
thank you very much.
Has anyone got anything else?
When they drive off,
I mean,
I have
I
a
had
few
the whole back
random
thing,
things.
but I don't know if that was.
I
that
do
got
have
added
right
or
at the
not.
end the last scene. So if you've got something before the
No,
last scene,
no more, I
Credits,
have
like
no more
fucking
scenes. I
credits.
have random.
I mean, when they drive off in the limo after basically the world ends in downtown Los Angeles, and the police are just like, "Yeah, you can drive off in the limo. That's
I
fine.
actually, the moment.
See you later. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We don't need to know what
I'll turn
happened."
it off then.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
And then the music starts.
For one, none of you guys. Frank Sinatra? Is the guy who sings that?
I don't fucking know.
No, I mean that was a Frank Sinatra version of that song.
Yeah, what? None of you are Frank Sinatra.
I'm sorry. I mean, I just stretched my pipes for you, and you're throwing that at me. So
if you're going to
I'm
stretch
hurt.
your pipes for me, stretch it in another way.
Let
Two,
it snow, let it snow. Let it snow.
when that happened and they got into the limo and they drove off, I just turned it off. I was like, done.
Dean Martin was the original singer of Let It Snow.
Dean Martin. So you guys think you're Dean Martin?
Yeah,
You
but
think
that
I think
wasn't
you're
Dean Martin's. That was.
That was the chairman of the board.
Yeah, but that was a Frank Sinatra version of it, right?
It's also chairman of the board. That's what he's known as. That's okay.
Fucking, I don't give a fuck.
Chairman of the board.
I'm not here to fucking
I
talk
thought you
about.
guys were musos. I
No,
thought you guys
I'm
were
not
like,
here to
You
talk-
as a muso, and
No,
that's
I mean,
like,
I'm not here to talk about the people that you've had over to your house,
like,
bro. All right,
It's like
Like-
Peter's here for the musicianship, Aaron's here for the comedy. I'm here to put the
Make-
computer and
to-
stuff
to-
on,
to
and
put
Braden's here to fund it. So
you're here to make it all into some kind of audible nonsense that somehow makes sense.
exactly.
Also, can you tell your people to clean my shoes? Thanks, mate.
Fucking polish your own shoes.
No, your people.
We need to talk. We need to finish it. Have we got anything else left on Die Hard?
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, but they're all after the fact.
I think you can.
I'm still whinging about
Can
the
we
gun
call
thing.
them after the fact facts?
Yes. Let's.
Cool.
It's time to go to After the Fact Facts with Aaron McSpadden. Wait, no.
After the fact with the big
Just
boy
harmonised
Azar.
hard there, dude.
We've been harmonising all night.
I got
Have
him.
you not noticed?
I figured out where he is. Yeah, he's got a note, and it's
and
the
it's
same
the
note.
one note.
Yeah, and I know where to go now.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, bang, there it is. Fun fact: the Nakatomi Plaza is actually 20th Century Fox's own building
Is that right?
as it was being built, and they build themselves.
So is that why it's an
That's a good
actual
tax
construction
write-off.
site?
It's an actual tax write-off, and it's their actual building head site as it was being built. This movie somehow made it into the preservation of national films because it is, and I quote, culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
What? Why? How? How did they do that?
I have no idea. Maybe because, 20th Century Fox, because Rupert Murdoch owns that and News Corp, right? So he owns media.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. So I assume it has something to do with that. But it's now preserved in a vault somewhere because of the fact that it is one of either culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
Aesthetically, maybe.
Aesthetically is
Aesthetically.
probably what I'm going for
Yeah.
because it was scenery-ish and not of a... It was definitely not historic by any means.
Yeah, but we did.
Or cultural.
I mean,
it had some African Americans in it, and at that time,
Three
maybe.
of them, maybe.
But we did say
Maybe.
that this is quite unique in the genre of sort of action dramas.
Yeah,
So if we think it started sort of that sort of genre,
yeah.
maybe it could be quite significant.
Maybe. And more importantly, and this is my last one because I didn't actually. I've mentioned pretty much all the other ones.
did I
Is
take
Alan
it?
Rickman's first movie role? He was a thespian beforehand.
Really?
Yeah, the director and I think writer or one of the producers maybe were watching this and they were like, we need him for the bad guy. They were watching him perform.
He's
on,
got that bad guy face.
He was a bad guy in whatever. I actually went to write down what he was in, but I forgot because of who I am as a person. But he was.
We still love you.
Thank you so much. He was in a production, and he's been for many years beforehand. But he was the bad guy, and they were like, "We need him
Yeah, right.
for this. He'd be perfect." So they spoke to him, and it's his first movie role, and he almost didn't do it because he didn't want to be typecast as bad guy,
Yeah, right.
evil dude #1. And unfortunately for him, for most of his acting career after that, it was true. I also wrote this as a personal one that I did not add to Internet Movie Database, but I'm going to just say it now. People who claim this is the best movie of all time probably have not seen this in 10 or more years.
I mean,
I would agree.
it's definitely not the best movie.
No, but like, there's so many people. You're like, oh, Christmas movie. Bro,
It's
a good
Home
Christmas
Alone.
movie.
Home Alone.
it's a good Christmas movie. It's not the best Christmas.
Home
No.
Alone. Home Alone.
But there are people who's like, it's the best. It's the greatest. It's the
Home
greatest
Alone
movie of all
won.
time.
So I
Watch
guess the
it
question,
again.
the
Home Alone
question is,
1
what's
too.
the
That's
best Christmas
Still
movie?
better.
True.
Princess Bride.
I
Princess
agree
Bride.
with Peter.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Home Alone is a good Christmas movie. But again, if we
is.
use the same formula
It'll-
for Home Alone as we did with Die Hard, they went on a holiday. It wasn't a Christmas holiday. It just happened to be at Christmas.
They were
I'm just
doing
gonna throw this
Christmas
out there.
in Paris.
The Afghanistan episode of South Park is a great Christmas movie.
I do actually agree with that. That actually, the Afghanistan episode of South Park
that's
is
not a
the
movie,
best.
though.
It may as well have been the.
What about
it
the
had
Jim Carrey
Santa Claus.
Grinch?
Yeah, it had Santa Claus in
The
it. too.
Jim Carrey Grinch.
I'm sorry, did you not realize South Park did a version of that
I
called
know.
the Afghanistan? Because like my favorite scene of that whole thing is like Jesus rocks up to these like Afghanistan people and they're like yelling at him and he's like, "Behold, my children, you must know something." And his hands are up in the air and they're like yelling at him with like AKs or something, and like essentially like it's translated like what are you holding? He's like, "My children, you must know I'm packing." And then like a knife just shoots out from like one of his arms and like he grabs it and stabs this guy in the throat and then like grabs the machine gun from that guy who was just stabbed and shoots the other guy. And I was like, holy shit. Like
Jesus is based as fuck.
I'm like, Jesus is badass. If actual religion was this badass, I'd be religious as fuck. I'd
be
be
down
like,
with it.
like Jesus for days, all right?
You'd be full into the church.
Yeah, I'd be like, priest, come at me. You know what I mean? I'll be
come
like,
in you.
Regardless of...
yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Oh,
you know what
Peter,
I mean? Like,
that sounds pretty bukkake to me.
hey, I did it. That was me. We have to drink.
Oh god.
Why the fuck did you do that?
That was all Peter. Come on.
Hey, Pete.
I didn't say that at all.
Before we drink, so I know we can move on to the next segment. Has anyone got anything else?
That's pretty much
That's
the
it?
end of for me.
We're done with why it's shit.
Well, there's this part
for
early
me.
on
Pete's
where,
got one part that he wants to talk about. Hurry
yeah.
up.
So he's zooming in on the iPad, right?
No, but did we go back to the part with the iPad?
Yeah. Jesus
this part with
Christ,
this
right?
cross, right? Okay, good. We're done with that. Let's have our shots and move on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you're a fucking, you're a
just
cunt
have
of a
this
human.
one.
You're a cunt of a human. Like, you're a bad man.
Ganbei.
Gunbay.
Gun Bay.
Yes.
Okay, we're about to take. I don't know. We've lost count of the shots now, but this is the
We
next
lost
shot we're
count,
going to
like,
take.
after the
This
thing.
is in Chinese.
Peter's finally doing a real
3,
one.
2, 1.
Ganbei. That was
Did
my
you
first
not?
grapefruit, and I didn't enjoy it.
That's because you're
Yeah.
a fucking.
The
It
clouds were much nicer.
It was
I'm pretty
not- it
sure
was
the
not the best.
grapefruit is done now, though, right?
It is now complete.
I finished it. I finished it.
I haven't finished it. So
I was
Peter-
enjoying it,
Peter
but thank
couldn't
you.
escape it anymore.
I'm a team player and I finish other people's drinks before they ask me to.
You're a legend.
All right.
Thanks, bro.
Now that
I
we're
got
done
you.
with
I
the
got
it's a
you.
bit shit section of this,
I
it's
feel
time to move on
so.
to the next segment.
Oh fuck! I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I was wondering why the TV was still on, and I was sus.
You're like, phew, I've made it through a whole fucking
I even
episode.
made a joke about it, being like just because the cunt was not wearing shoes the entire time, and they make a whole lot of things about it, and I was like,
It was to be fair.
too easy.
To be fair, low hanging fruit. That's why
Yeah.
I didn't
That
pick
cunt was
any.
on the ground.
I'm so glad he pushed that button because I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
So for this one,
I just wrote the name.
What? You've done a fucking thing for it?
you know, Peter,
I'm glad I could be here for this. It's the biggest honour.
Peter, you remember how I said to you the other night when you sent me the Christmas song? I was like, you know, man, I I would actually write original music for you, and I would put that effort in.
Is that what you were doing at this point?
I wrote you a new song, man.
Oh, you ass papa.
Oh my god, this is the best out of my life.
That's a Christmas special.
My favourite thing is that this whole episode, Pete only brought feet up once, and yet wasn't like overly suspicious about fucking
he didn't think about it
anything.
once.
He was like, yeah, they might do it.
The shot sort of clouded his mind.
But for the
He felt
people,
safe.
for the people who have not watched Die Hard, is full of feet.
Feet.
Yeah,
It could be a Quentin Tarantino
because he doesn't
movie.
put his
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
shoes on at the start. Like, I was going to say this is one of my points. It's like, oh fuck, everything's going down. It's going to be hectic. Quickly put some shoes on, man.
Please.
Quickly.
I like how they did
Please,
that
for me.
one scene. They did that one
In
scene.
your head, you were like, if I say it, they're going to give me heaps of feet.
No, I did. I was like, fuck, man, what? Like, this is like a bad point for me, but if I bring it up, the cunts will fucking row me for it. But you've done it anyway,
There's
so I'll bring
literally
it
a
up.
private message group between the three of us that says, if Peter brings up feet, just make a dumb joke and move on.
It's actually why. It's actually why I brought up the 17 shirts thing, because I was like, you would actually have picked this, and you were like, oh, for fuck's sake.
You caught it. You fucking hooked him and
I
reeled
was
the
like,
gun in.
I was like,
Oh my
17 shirts. Like, you're a trivia guy, right? Like, say 17 different.
And I did read that too, you cunt.
You reeled it
I
in.
was like, you fuckers, I thought you were going to bring up feet, and then you're like, oh, the shirt thing. I'm like, I did see that too. Like, fuck you. Like, I read all of that. It's not about the feet. Okay, I'll relax a bit.
His heart rate
you-
went
you
from 140 back to normal.
Fucked me.
He got real
140 to
nervous.
135.
He's like, okay, I can calm this
Does
boner
that
down.
shot? Like,
No, it was just to get rid of the rest of the bullshit at the bottom of that.
Can I just say, though, both
Yeah.
myself and Braydo don't know what's going to happen.
next, it's just me. I wrote this song.
I'm sure you fucking did.
All we were told was to avoid the topic at all costs, and we did.
And
So
we did,
enjoy.
we did. Every time you did a foot, like the one time you did, we're like, oh yeah.
Feet.
And then moving on. If
I was
only-
wondering why I got off so scot-free. I'm like,
If only feet like resonated with someone anyway.
oh, I knew
So-
it was coming.
So, Peter, I wrote this song. It's going to be really loud because it's at volume 50.
Jesus Christ.
Beauty, beauty.
Why aren't you feeding it through the hookie?
No, it's just too much work. This is much easier. Do it. So
Are
I'll
people
play
going
it.
to be able to hear it at home?
No, but that's okay because I can just put the song on there.
All right.
So anyway, I
So
wrote.
this is just for me.
Just do it live.
I just want to point out that
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I'm really
Fuck
proud
it.
of this because I wrote this and did this video in probably the time span of about 4 hours.
Right.
pretty
While I
impressive.
was making our Christmas special song, or was it?
While you were copying other people's work.
I know. I put the fucking.
Sam was
the
making an
rattle
original
sound.
I
masterpiece.
did an original masterpiece.
No, everything else I did except for the rattle sound.
Are you ready?
I'm always ready, Sam.
Hit it.
Oh, I'm ready. I have to stand up.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna have to put the link to this.
Hey, you on the street, you've got some nice feet. You wiggle your feet because he wants to eat your feet. But if you like feet, you're probably like Pete. He's the unashamed, not deranged pedophile guy. But if you beat your meat, you're probably like Pete. Except he really likes feet. That's nice.
That
He's
face.
the unashamed, not deranged pedophile guy. So if you're bare feet, be careful of Pete. He may decide it is time to beat his meat. So like the doors, he's coming for yours. He's the unashamed, quite deranged pedophile
Do you
guy.
like that? The whole of That's a good one.
Can't do much more.
Is that Pete?
It's the unashamed, quite deranged pedophile guy. His outbursts are the worst. Your feeder is thirst. He's the unashamed, quite deranged pedophile guy. You're starting to prune. He's coming on you. You're quite ashamed, out of range, and asking why. He leaves through the door. He might come back for more. Pete's the unashamed, quite deranged pedophile guy. Pete's the unashamed, quite deranged pedophile guy. Pete's the unashamed, quite deranged pedophile guy.
Her face is so good.
Oh my god.
He's so excited.
That's so Peter. You need like a little arrow pointing at him saying Peter.
Oh, Sam, you fucking asshole. That's beautiful.
You did a sign, like a little arrow pointing down saying Peter, and another one saying feet, like at every foot. That's amazing.
He's just looking down with the dirtiest grin on his face.
Oh my god.
Size texture. Celebrity status. They look better wet.
Did you do the piano part yourself, Sam? This is what you get for being in a synthwave where I teach you how to play piano, isn't it? This is what I get as return.
Good old
I'm
Feety
sorry,
Peety.
Peter, can you answer the question? First one.
Mouth feel.
Mouth feel
Oh my god.
for the feet in question. But by the way, for those who are not paying attention, you will get they will get a version of this.
They will get this video, absolutely. Yeah.
So it is John McClane's feet. This is actually Bruce Willis's feet. This is before he wore the fake feet shoes that he was running with.
When you see this video,
for all the glass scenes, he was wearing fake feet shoes.
Really?
Peter, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't catch that.
Of course I didn't.
Are you going to
Because
buy
you're
yourself
too
a
busy
set?
focusing on feet.
do you know what's fucked is I caught it because I had to edit this video and I was like, they're not real feet.
They're not real feet.
There's socks or something in that shoe.
Yeah, he actually wore
really?
like fake feet shoes,
Yeah.
like those open toe ones.
Silicon
Because I
feet.
knew that like at one point where he wrapped his feet after he got bloodied.
There's literally a scene where he jumps and like get from an explosion, and you see like fake feet
Really?
strapped to his legs.
Pete, so
I missed that.
on the
But
screen.
Thank you.
But on the screen, can we just say foot review with Feety Peety, mouth feel,
All right, so I mean,
and so
out of 10, please.
out of 10.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
1 to
I mean,
10.
let's be realistic. Like it's Bruce Willis. He's got some fangs in them feet, so we'll give it a 7.
7 out of 10. for
7.
mouthfeel.
That's a good. That's a
No,
good
look,
foot.
I'm being
pretty-
generous because I'm a bit jolly this time.
Pretty
of year.
iron
This isn't a
tasting.
Quentin film either, so
No,
he's like all over it.
no.
A high rating.
It's my Christmas spirit.
Now, so I have a question. The next one is size, like
Size.
out of 10. But before you answer, can I ask you,
Is it his
Sam?
foot
You
size?
Sam, you
Soul
wrote the
size?
questions. Yeah. Is this a physical size of like? Can you guess
Guess the
his
size.
feet?
No, this is
Or
how does Peter feel about the
how
size?
delicious
Yeah.
is his foot?
It's more like a, how do you feel about the size of his feet?
Okay.
Oh, so like
I honestly thought you
attractiveness
meant.
Yeah.
in size.
Yeah. Are you
of
into big
said
feet? Are
foot.
you into small feet? He obviously
Yeah.
has quite larger feet. 'cause
that is a
makes
larger
comment
foot.
That, like, the shoe would only fit his sister, so...
Yeah.
Right.
Therefore,
I honestly thought you were
big
going
feet.
like, can you guess the shoe size? Oh, like I was gonna say.
Pete, this is all about you and your attractiveness to feet, so I thought you'd just pick this up, mate.
Pete, before you answer, big feet, big schmeat. Yeah, that's what they
That's
say.
right. That's what they say. I reckon he's got a. Wait, no. What do I
No,
say?
just give us. Don't give him the actual
How do you
size.
feel, mate?
Give
How
us
do you
your
feel?
out of 10,
So I was gonna say I think he's got the same shoe size as me, which is like
and that is like a
Does that
9,
make you hard?
a
Does
9
that
and a
make you not
half.
hard?
that's that is like an
Are you
a
horny
9,
right
9
now?
and a half.
a 9 and a half.
Oh,
yeah.
so you think he is,
okay.
you think that
yeah, it's a good size.
Bruce Willis has the same size feet
good
as
swines,
you?
good swines, good
I would say
swines.
There
Pete
is
is turned
definitely
on right
there is definitely a website for this.
Oh, of course, I'm sure there is.
Texture. Toe texture. How do you feel?
Do you know what?
Especially when he's scrunching the
I
carpet.
don't like his big toes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to knock a few points off for that, mate. I'm gonna have to say
Try
it's
this
maybe,
4 more.
I'm gonna say maybe a 5 for texture.
5 out of 10, all right.
Look, as I said, I don't like.
B. Willie
toes.
took a hit there. B.
I
Willie
just
took a
love
hit
the
there.
fact that Sam is actually writing these scores
Of
down.
course he fucking is. He's a dickhead. It means nothing. It does nothing. But yes, of course he's writing it down. The personality. I mean, look. If we take the scene into account where he's like scratching every feet and like doing a little bit of a dance with his feet, that's a bit of personality there. So I'm going to say an 8.
I don't know that buying into this helps your personality, but
No.
that's okay.
No, I do what I have to do.
How do you feel about the softness of his feet, Peter?
Can I just, as a not foot person, They seem like average feet. Are average feet soft or hard?
There's a couple of colours.
As an expert in the field,
Like you're the guy.
As in
you're
texture,
no, listen, like
softness.
softness.
I mean, is there any
Well, are we
calluses?
there yet? Are we still there? Are we up?
Any corns?
you already gave personality an 8 out of 10, so
Did
it's
I-
up to softness.
Okay. So softness. I mean, how do you fucking? I don't know.
When you look at them, Pete,
Like,
are you
if you look at
I
them,
don't- they don't
are
look
they
soft.
Are they soft as a baby's bottom,
No,
or are they
no,
hard
no.
as like a workman's hand?
They're not a soft foot. So it's like
but like what's an average foot for
I
you?
don't know. Like, what is an average foot?
Well, you're the foot guy.
Just put a number on it.
Clearly, I'm the foot
I'm
guy.
trying
yeah,
to figure this out.
Put a number
You're
on
the
it.
podophile guy, Pete.
Is it an 8?
Obviously.
Is it a 7?
You're the
Is it a 6?
unashamed, quite
I've never
deranged
heard that.
podophile guy.
I've never heard that word so
that's
many
what the
times.
song says.
Okay, liken them to your feet. If you're what number would you put?
I feel like my feet are nicer than his.
Okay, what number are your
so,
feet?
Yeah, what number are your feet?
I mean,
I
that's
don't
kind of
know.
weird because now I think you jerk off to your own feet. And
Well, of
your
course,
wife had to
I mean, he can
obviously.
shoot at them all day.
You know what? Yeah, I take that back.
Whatever.
I'm sorry. I don't
It's
mean
if you were to
shame
rate-
feet kinks.
Whatever gets both of them through the day, you know what I mean? I'm just glad
They're
they
not
both
soft
have
though.
something.
I reckon he's got like a.
Like a 7?
No, I'm going way
I'm
lower.
not
than that.
gonna
Like a
60
4, like a
minutes
5 or
you
something,
and say like so that you're saying they're a 7
Like a
and you go
4.
like so
no,
they're
for
a 7.
4.5 to a 5.
4.5. There we go. 4.5.
To a 5.
I
Like,
feel like
I'm-
4.5 because it's the first thing you said.
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
Done.
It's not really soft. It's celebrity status. This is fucking Bruce Willis, man. It's a 10 out of 10, all right? He's fucking Bruce Willis.
So his feet. No, this isn't about Bruce Willis. This
is about
being
John
a
McClane.
town. This is about.
Well, it said celebrity status.
This is John
No,
McClane.
but it's just saying like.
Are you saying his
John
feet are a
McClane's-
celebrity 10 out of 10?
Are you saying
I
instead
guess
of
I'm
putting
not.
his hand?
Like, if you
in
showed
the-
me this photo and I didn't know what we're talking about, I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Okay. I have a question for you, Peter. Like, disregard this one. If you were walking on the Hollywood Walk of Fame or whatever the fuck that's called,
Sure.
and you saw Bruce Willis, what would you prefer? His feet in the concrete or his hands in the concrete?
I mean, I think we
his
know the answer.
hands,
I mean,
like,
obviously we know the answer.
Yeah.
If it was the
So,
Hollywood...
but like,
I've just noticed the next question. Would they look better wet? I haven't read that far yet. What?
I need an answer on the celebrity status, Pete.
celebrity stuff. We need like.
Let's just give it a.
Is he bold enough to go foot first into the celebrity Walk of Fame?
I don't think he is though.
But you like his feet, like.
No, well,
I mean, you already gave him a pretty high number already.
because I was being a dickhead. Let's just say.
Debatable.
Now he's getting angry. Like
No, I mean like.
All right, well,
let's go. Let's
pick a
give him.
number.
Let's give him an 8.
An 8.
8 out of 10. All
Eight out
right,
of 10,
I mean,
so
not
he is-
the number
he is
that I would
famous.
give them.
That's
but
a high
sure.
What would
score.
you give
That's a
him?
high score.
That's a high
yeah,
score.
yeah.
Can everyone else reveal him as well? Like,
No,
this
you're
is-
the foot guy.
You're the foot guy.
You're the expert.
am I?
The podophile.
This is what happens when you get for 2 episodes
Peter,
of
you've
noticing
already
one
been
thing.
you've already been like thinking
You know
of
what,
the
Pete?
question.
You find anyone else that you know that's had 2 songs written about them, okay?
I'm sure there's people out there.
Okay,
Peter.
you find those people and you tell me about them because right now I think you're the only person I know in this room who's had 2 songs written about them.
I've had
Brayden
one.
Has had 1. You've had 2.
Peter, I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna cut the bullshit. I'm gonna cut the bullshit right now for you. I'm gonna help you out.
Cut it right
I'm gonna help
down,
you
man.
out. I'm helping you out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
what's
cut the
up, what's up,
bullshit.
what's up,
You've
babe?
had some time to think about it.
Yeah. Would they look
How,
good wet?
how would it look better wet?
yeah.
Like, would they look better wet?
Do you know what?
And I'm talking like Duncan in a river, spritzed with like a spray gun.
Yeah, no, wait,
Like
that's
a
2
super
things,
soaker
though.
or like
Are you
a...
talking
Like
about
a sheen. Like,
are you
you know
talking about
when
like
I'm a bit concerned as to why you're putting your bare feet on the desk.
Imagine,
because I'm mad.
Peter,
Bare foot's
Peter.
on the desk.
Pete, I'm
trying to
gonna
attract
take
you.
you
He's
through a
flexing.
journey. Pete, I'm gonna take you through a journey. Okay,
All right. Lay it on me, baby.
I'm hiding your feet now so I can't see them. For those who are keeping track, he's put his feet up on the
That's a
table.
power status move, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you through a journey.
Self-arousing.
You're messaging your favorite gal, your wife, your girlfriend, your wife's girlfriend,
side bitch.
Who knows?
So it's Sam.
It's Sam. It's definitely Sam.
Yeah, I'm messaging Sam.
You're messaging-
As my
and
wife
they're
would
like-
say,
and
it's
they're
your
like,
side chick.
I like a moist foot. Okay,
Lubed up
which
now.
one would you prefer? Would you just dunk your foot
Lubed up for easy
in like
insertion.
some kind of like running river, Is it like a hot bath? Do you want the steam coming off of it? Are you getting like a spray like that you would like spray like
Just
anything,
misting?
like a mist? A mist. Thank you very much. And you spritz your foot a little bit of like.
I'm all about
Imagine
the,
your penis is your foot, and you're trying to send a dick pic.
How would you
I mean,
zhuzh it
I
up?
don't mind a moist.
How would
one.
you get the light to make it sheen?
The Hollywood shot.
Exactly. That Hollywood shot.
The
Is
Hollywood
it wet
shot?
or is it dry?
I mean, obviously it's wet.
It's wet,
because,
obviously, yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
I like the idea of a spritzed foot though.
Yeah, spritz like a little bit of a like.
So like a morning dew.
You want a glistening foot.
Yeah. Just
Like a morning dew on the
Yeah.
grass.
So
No,
would
don't bring race into this. All
I'm
right?
not.
a morning
Look, Jews aren't a race.
Deed. A
All
hard
right, Jews
D.
aren't a
It's
race.
hard D.
They're not real.
Would
Jews. No, there's a whole
now
thing.
I'm going to bring you back to the original question. Would Bruce Willis's feet look better with a spritz?
I reckon they would look better with spritz. Yeah.
Yeah.
let's do it.
That's a classic answer though.
No, but like, come on.
It's
the
the
lighting
OG.
would work a lot better.
It's shinier. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's
right.
give it a.
Now, because Sam's just doing a little something.
I
What
mean,
is
I'm,
your
I'm
score?
hoping that he's calculating the score.
Like he is calculating the score.
Good,
But
'cause I
what,
didn't pay
what
attention
is
to it.
your score?
Well, I don't know. He's the one who's been telling me.
No. We're going to compare your score with your actual score that Sam is figuring out right now.
Well, I'm going to assume it's something like...
Quick maths. 2 + 2.
Well, wait, hold on. He's got all these things out of 10, but then the last number is also out of 10. So that doesn't actually...
Okay, you need to stop being a negative Nancy and maybe just assume.
Well, we just
No.
we just divide the score by
What?
6 and then we get the average. There've been 6 questions.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So
So let's just go...
what was the total?
I don't know the total. I don't want
wait.
to tell him until he
Yeah,
gives me his
he
total.
needs to give what he thinks his total score out
I'm
of 10.
assuming it's like a 5 or a 6 out of 10.
Because you thought that you would give any random numbers,
I thought.
and that we would not just come whip you back, whip.
I'm going to
With
tell
What's a
you.
Christmas special without some kind
I'm going to tell you rated this quite highly.
Hey?
I think higher than
feel
you
those-
expected.
I personally feel those were high numbers.
Yeah, they're higher than you
Quite
expected.
high, yeah.
I was cooking it a bit.
So what do you think your realistically
Yeah, what do you give the foot out of 10, Pete?
in the whole movie?
Yeah.
All of it.
There's
all
a lot of it. There's a
all
lot
of the features.
Yeah, but I
size,
would have been a lot
texture,
higher. Honestly,
personality, mouthfeel.
No, but
Put it all together, mate. What do you get?
no, but see,
Give a number.
it's all been tainted because I've only just recently learnt.
Don't
that
bring up the taint,
He was
you're a foot
wearing
fetish.
shoes
When?
that looked like feet.
Peter Bullis.
So like
Yeah,
that
we,
just bumps it up.
we are discounting.
Sorry.
You have to beep. You have to beep
Can
that
I?
out.
Wait
You
a
just
Dr.
just
Peter
put,
MD.
like,
Wait a Pete.
shit.
Yeah.
In his name.
Dr. Peter,
Yes,
you're looking at those feet. Every single foot shot we've shown you is a real foot shot.
they are.
Exactly. You can't hide from the song that they're real feet in every single shot. Right?
Hey, Sam.
the song. The
Sam,
song tells
can
the
I-
truth.
Can I say that they would be from the movie?
Yes, you can say they'll be from the movie.
So these are the exact footages from a legally
Footages?
legally acquired footages from what was this movie called?
Hard.
Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard.
Footages.
1988.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
pun is real.
Yeah.
Didn't I
Footages.
just give it to you a score? Didn't I say like 6 out of 10 or some
Alright,
shit?
so he,
said 6
gave,
out of 10.
he gave 6
Yeah.
out of 10.
You were a little short, champion.
You're a little short, mate, but that's okay.
I don't know. I'm just-
The real score that you gave these feet, Peter, was a 7 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a respectable
Yeah.
score. That's a
I mean,
that's a pass.
I
That's
did
a,
nice, right?
That's
To be fair,
nearly
mate.
a distinction.
These are feet that you could have in your bedroom with your wife.
I mean,
Speaking of feet
I'm sure
you've
there's a
had
website.
with your wife, Bruce Willis, would
These
you
feet-
would you allow it?
These
Would you
feet
allow
are
those
not
feet?
Irish enough to enter my home.
Not Irish enough.
If only
right. If
someone
only
could do an
an
on-point
Irish
Irish
accent.
accent that your wife
Might
is
tune to.
confused
Yeah.
enough to believe it's real.
Yeah.
If only someone could do that.
Yeah.
With
Who?
blue eyes. Someone with
Who
blue
would
eyes.
you ever do that?
I have no idea, but we'll find out who.
Okay. Guess what?
I hope
It
you
is
What a
enjoyed that
rubbish
segment.
segment. Thank
This
you,
has been a
Sam.
nightmare. Let's move on.
Sam's gonna have a lot of fun.
Time. We're done with shitting on it, so now we ask stupid questions.
Fuck, I can harmonize
I just want
really
to throw
well
that
with
out there. I
myself.
just want to hear that again. Did you want to hear that again?
I want to hear that. I want to hear that again.
Let's do it.
Question time. We're done with shitting on it, so now we ask stupid questions.
Yeah, right.
That's
In the
solid.
all right, in the break, we'll do a full version of it.
We'll do a full version. We go.
All I'm saying is, I know who I want to ask me questions. That's it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna hit you up for the lyrics. Maybe we could get you to come around and
Yeah,
do
I
some
reckon
like.
Aaron's going to come around and do some music with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
No,
We want
no, because we did some like sneaky harmonies before, and I think the next time we do we'll get you to come around and we'll do next season's songs, and you get to be in
The
them.
only times my voice has been in any of the
songs is the intro.
songs has been like, I'm at work and you're like, hey man, can you quickly like send me like a 3-second sound clip on your phone
Soundbite.
as a message in Messenger of you just saying like enter
a bit
words
shit.
here, like,
Yeah.
and it's just like me going like, no, it's a bit shit, and you're like, good enough.
I'll make it work.
It's beautiful.
It doesn't fit anywhere. Fuck it. It's at
But
the
you know
end.
what? Anyone who listens to the theme song, the part they remember the most is, it's a bit shit.
And that's why I left it
That
in
is
the
the
fucking Christmas special.
That is the crescendo.
People are like, hey,
The crescendo.
Aaron, look at me. Aaron, look at me. Aaron, look at me. Look. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
All right.
And
Just
I'm like,
one more time.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to move on to the next
shit.
segment?
Oh, you just fucked it, Sam.
you fucked it, Sam.
Just, Aaron,
Let him have his moment, all right?
Aaron, just one more time.
Just one more time, please.
Oh, it's a bit shit.
How much better is that without Sam interrupting?
Gotta make that work.
You guys ready for the next
Nah,
segment?
he's going to leave it.
Sure.
Question time. We're done with shitting on it, so now we ask stupid questions.
I gotta put it out there. The guy who sung that song sounds like a pedophile.
I agree.
Hey,
I
Pete,
agree.
do you know?
That masked singer.
What's that, man?
Questions.
I know who I want to take me.
Questions.
It's almost like that happens every time.
All right. What is the first question?
Hey.
Sam. Sam.
All right.
Oh, no, I'm so drunk.
You didn't even bring the wombat. You've done well, champion.
Champion.
Okay, the first question is, if you could change the ending of this film, what would you change?
Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
right,
you know
look.
what? I'm going to go first.
Oh,
Fuck you guys. You know
Take
what I
a
would
charge
change?
like a
I would
man.
remove fucking Carl coming back to life and the black guy shooting him because nobody cared. Nobody was like, yeah, he's getting his redemption arc. Nobody gave a shit. It didn't fucking matter. They could have just walked out of there, cuddling each other, walked into the limo, and the weather outside could have been frightful, and the fire could have been so fucking delightful that we could have just let it snow.
All right, can I veto that?
yours and I
No,
are
hold
so
on.
different.
No,
Yeah,
wait, can
mine's
I,
very
no, wait,
also
different as
so
well.
similar.
Wait, can I veto that straight up and go like,
Yeah,
he
thanks.
goes, like the guy comes out like, he's like, no.
Stop. Is this your ending?
This is my ending. Yes, I've also got this written down. So the guy comes out. He's like, ugh, gets the gun, pulls him, shoots. It fucking misses. Hits a kid on the other side of the road.
That is a banger.
Hit the child behind us.
A little innocent
damn.
child just playing with his soccer ball.
And the same thing happens again. He just walks over and pulls the gun down again, like as he's like sitting there, like holding the gun, like he just pulls
Can
the
I
gun
have
down.
my next one after Pete, please?
Yes. Well, that was me pretty much done there, bro.
Go for it.
If I could change the ending, what would I change? The German dude at the end who pops back up from the dead with a gun.
It's a child. Like,
Still, no. It does relate to you. Hops back up from the dead with the gun still attached to him, just mows down everybody except Al, who now has to live with the fact that he shot a 13-year-old kid and then had the chance to save everyone else, but could not pull the trigger. So he's there, and you see him, like, it builds up this clearly, like, easily picked arc where you're like, he's gonna save the day.
Pick your own adventure.
But he doesn't.
And you're like, he's like, you see him do the shake when he gets up and he's like, Carl's like, gets up and he's like, "Gah," and he grabs his gun. And you're like, oh, you know Carl's gonna do some shit.
Straight flashbacks.
Yeah, and he's like you're the kid getting shot, but like all of a sudden it's just Carl like literally wiping everyone out in a circle. And just like taking out, he takes out
With
Mcclane,
unlimited
he takes out
magazine.
the wife, he takes out the chief sergeant, whatever. He's taking down everyone, and the only person left in like a fucking circle, right, is Al. And he's just there like, oh, but then the German dude dies because of all of the damage that's been done.
Something
back.
just falls on him.
He just falls back.
Al's
He's like,
just
he's like,
standing
go,
there.
and he's like, ugh, falls back, and Al's just there, like, just shaking with his little fucking shitty Western, not like
think it was a
1840s
44.
pistol,
Revolver.
going like, yeah, his revolver, and going like, I'm a police officer, I have a revolver, and he just like freaks out because he could not save not just one kid's life, but everyone's
About
life.
30
That's
people.
fucking beautiful.
Has
I
dents.
thought you were gonna say like out of nowhere a fucking foot appears from the body bag with a fucking submachine gun or something, but
That actually was the second thing I wrote.
Pete's had a dream about that.
yeah.
He's had a dream about
Yeah, but
that.
I didn't want to be anything that he would like
Hey,
jerk off to.
Get
Real
aroused too.
quick, just while we're here, Pete, when a foot sucks your dick, does it do it with like the big toe and the toe next to it? Like, is that how a foot sucks your dick?
When a
Or
foot
does
sucks
it-
a dick,
How does
2
a foot
feet.
suck
I'm
a
asking.
dick?
I'm asking
It's
you
2
this
feet.
he's
question.
asking the professional.
Yeah, is it 2 feet together, or is it like I always thought it was like the big toe and the toe next to the big toe.
Can you please inform us,
This is
Dr.
one of those
Peter?
things where it would really work out if I actually knew how this stuff works. But yes,
When you're having a dream,
he's pretending
and
to be
a foot
humble.
is sucking your dick. I'm asking you what happens next.
Pretending to be humble.
so if there's 1 foot,
Yeah, it's like
could be.
if I'd ever had a dream about it, this is how it would happen.
no, is this person we're using 1 foot or 2?
Well, what
It's up to you,
jobs do
dude.
you dream about?
What does a foot blowjob look like?
a foot blowjob. Like those 2 words together. Like what? A what? I mean, you fucking wankers. How does I just have flashbacks to Sam like years ago. Hey man, do you want to do a radio show with me? Like, yeah, sure, no worries. What's the worst that can happen? Here I am years later being like, a what? A foot blowjob? Like, what the fuck are you on about, you dickhead? It's just like...
The question is simple. Peter.
Can you please answer the fuck? I'm assuming it's between your big toe and your little toe, alright?
I mean, it
Like,
doesn't have to be. It's up to
no,
you.
but I don't know.
You can correct me. You're the pedophile.
I don't fucking... Yes, that's how it is.
You're the unashamed, quite deranged
Yeah,
pedophile
that's
guy.
it. That's it. As the pedophile dude, I will say that
Not even fussed with it either.
You're okay
Look,
with this thing.
Pete's clearly quite
quite
shy
like,
about this sort of topic.
What's going to
so,
happen now is that like I either fight this and it still happens, or I go along with this and it still happens. Like
Peter,
where am I at?
Peter, take a pause. Think about it. We're going to get Brayden.
This is the-
We're
this
going
is-
to
Yeah,
jump
ask
back
him.
to you.
Ask him how a foot gives someone a blowjob.
Look, this is the definition of the internet. All right, so I can understand
no,
you're a
how
little
does,
bit shy.
How does a foot give someone a blowjob?
No,
How does
hey.
a foot give you a blowjob?
This is not
No.
particularly.
How does a foot give you a blowjob?
Look, that's not what I googled. Okay, look, but this is.
and that's not what he's got, but that's just a question.
This is something that might jog your memory. Okay.
Thank you for trying to help, Brayden.
I'm going to try and read this after a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
But this is what the internet says, just in one sentence. So foot jobs are similar to hand jobs, but involve using the feet rather than the hands to rub and stimulate a man's penis.
Right.
So does that image in your head, does that jog your memory and what your experience is regarding the topic?
Do you think I've ever gotten a fucking foot job before?
Yes.
Look, knowing your previous experiences and your expertise in the scenario, I'd surely hope so.
And also, how does one have a fetish without thinking about it, you know? Like,
Yeah, exactly. How does a guy have a fetish without knowing a fucking
Look,
thing about
I can
it?
read the next sentence if
Crazy,
you
right?
like.
yeah, exactly. So
I can read the next
therefore,
sentence if you like.
You must be thinking about it.
My favorite thing is Pete went 2 hours and we're thinking like, sweet.
I've made it
haven't done
through.
Peter, I'm
sick.
sorry. You're wrong. Peter went 2 hours thinking this movie has nothing but feet. How can I go about my brainwaves to make sure I don't bring
Can I
up
read
feet?
the rest of the paragraph here?
Please do. I just want to
Okay,
bring
I'm
up
gonna
the
start
fact
from the
that
beginning again.
Yeah, I just want to bring up before you ringing that Pete was like thinking how to not bring up feet.
Deliberately.
Because the whole fucking film has a dude wearing no shoes. That's just so fucking stupid.
Of course,
you
you would
think-
think about that, Peter. Brayden, try to
think-
have a conversation with us.
Do
Our
you think-
guest is trying to bring up a point. Can you please not bring up the foot bit?
Do you think the entire movie was the director edging Peter?
Yes,
Yes.
Just straight
absolutely.
edging. Okay.
It's like the craziest shit you can find on fucking Disney Plus. Eh?
In fact, there's a 50% chance, and I'm only saying 50 because legally I'm allowed to say 50, that there's a chance his wife has a video of that when they fornicate, and it's just and she puts it up
what?
random, and if it pops up, he busts nut.
All right, I'll finish the
It's
paragraph.
like,
And I can
it's like when
legally
chicks
say
like,
that
"Oh, just
because
put a finger in his ass
and I
he'll
can
come."
legally say that because 50% is technically a gamble.
Yes,
Also,
that's-
Monica,
point.
I'm so sorry.
That's so
Do your
points.
Irish thing, it should be fine.
I'm sorry. Hey, Monica, I'm so fucking sorry. I shouldn't have fucking done that. That was actually my bad. I'm
It
so
was just a
fucking
flip
sorry.
of the queen, you know.
It's a flip of a coin. It's 50%. I would flip a coin for anything else, but you know it would have been you. If I had a flip a coin, I would have
Can we
been
move
you.
on to the next segment?
Yes, can we please?
Question time. We're done with shitting on it, so now we are stupid.
I like how this is like the fourth time we're playing this song. And Sam's probably not going to edit this out because it's been like decent. It's been decent shit.
Comedy.
Like
I haven't even finished my fucking topic yet. Like,
So
Peter
Brayden,
was.
if you could change the ending, what would you change?
Mine. Look, thankfully for Peter.
Something about feet.
Thankfully for Peter, mine has nothing to do with feet.
Well, thank you so much.
Completely different
yeah,
ending.
it's ankle.
A little bit higher up, you know. Like I'm a bit more classy than that.
Oh yeah, it's all knees.
So mine comes back a little bit. So prior to Hans falling off the building, my ending ideally would be Miss Monero, John McClane's wife, who clearly doesn't want to be anymore, realizes that Takagi's dead. She might not have a job anymore because he's been murdered.
Yep, so she can take his place.
And she's realised that, well, Hans has just stole $640 million worth of bearer bonds. So she exits stage left with Hans as the building blows up.
Classic.
And John walks downstairs. He's got no one to be with. And then he eyes to eyes with Captain Al. And they become lovers and ride off in the limousine together into the sunset. Argyle's driving. And
not a captain.
he is in my books.
Yeah, that's the ending that I want, Brayden. Thank you. It's not feet related, which is nice. Take a break from
It's
Peter
big
for a
cop
second
Al.
because all the cunt talks about is feet. So
Captain Al gets a bigger role. There's a Die Hard 2. He becomes the side man. Like, it's just...
Die Hard 3 with Avengers isn't Samuel L. Jackson, it's Al.
Fuck yes.
Yes, thank you,
I've
yeah.
really thought about this. No feet business.
I
Fuck off,
can't
Pete.
actually remember the sequel. Was Old
Pete,
Mate in
I
it
don't want to
again?
talk about feet, dude. Like, I'm not-
Real quick, the sequel, like Die Hard 2,
Two,
is
yeah.
the exact same movie, but it's in an airport.
Is
and
Old Mate in it again?
Which old mate?
Al? The other cop? The big cop?
He might actually be.
In my movie, he is.
technically, the sequel to Die Hard 1 is Die Hard 3, which is weird.
The Die Hard 2 is a remake in an airport, and it has the wife. And I think it might actually have Al, but he's not New York. He's LA from memory.
I can't remember, but all I know is that the sequel to Die Hard 1 is Die Hard 3.
And to be fair, it's been like 15, 20 years since I've seen
Yeah.
Let me play the song again.
Die Hard 2.
No, is 3 the one that Samuel L. Jackson's in?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
three
Three's
Samuel L.
amazing.
Jackson.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to just move on to the next segment now.
Question time. We're done with shitting on it, so now we are stupid questions.
Oh, fuck.
I know. No, sorry.
I mean, you came in mostly on pitch there, Aaron. So
No, it was not. It wasn't even close. It was not even
It wasn't
close.
that bad. No, you were within a semitone, my
As
brother.
a non-music person, even I could tell.
You were within a semitone. Anyway, the next question we have is: if you could get a line from this film tattooed on you, what would it be?
I got one.
Let's start with Peter because he has one.
It's gonna be across my butt.
Yeah,
It's gonna say "real smooth, John."
real smooth, John.
Yeah, it's a line he's got in it. Real smooth, John.
And it's just a reference to your butthole.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. The worst thing in the world. All right.
Like, because I'm really creative like that. Sometimes I write songs about questions and Christmas and things, and
It's weird having this conversation whilst Brayden is sucking Aaron's dick. Like, it's the weirdest thing in the world. He's wrapped around
From
that
the
dick
other
right
side
now.
of the table, it is very
Brayden,
possible.
Just put your mouth back in it, dude. Just put your mouth back on it.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, that would be the only time you make that sound
Yeah,
smart.
you don't have to like pretend. It's alright. Just put it in there. Yeah, like hear that.
Brayden, if you could get a line from this film tattooed on you, what would
If
it
you
be?
guys to
So this line pays homage to Peter. It really does. So it's
I
quite
thought it
a
was
long,
a remaking one.
quite
No,
a
we're
long
not
quote.
there yet. No, he's skipping shit.
Quite a
You're
long
drunk.
quote, but it's 9 million terrorists in the world, and I got to kill the one with smaller feet than my sister. I thought that was pretty poignant.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
it's
good.
something
That's a
that
good. That's
Peter would enjoy. Small feet sounds like his
small
thing.
feet. It's his ball game.
Yeah, well,
And
I
I'm
don't
sure-
have a sister. All right,
And that
so
doesn't matter.
I
Like
am
you all
your
have
sister.
like fantasies about it,
And
but
I
that
have
line in the
small
movie,
feet.
I'm sure made you bust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon Peter watches like stepsister things, and he's like, "Oh,
fuck yeah.
stepsister."
my stepsister. No, yeah,
Yeah,
I've never
I-
had one. Yeah,
That's a great one. By the way, I thought we were up to.
No, we're skipping that one. We're not going to skip it. We're just going to go back to it.
Okay, so this was if I could get a line tattooed.
Yes.
All right, if I could get if a Helena Bonham Carter
I didn't even
was
go that
held at
deep.
my face by Tim. I want to say
Burton.
Roberts, but
Burton.
Burton. Yeah. Someone's to shoot a load in my face.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, yes.
All right. And that's a no-no. Someone wants to shoot a load in my face, and that's a no-no. How would I escape that? And clearly, my answer would be with a line from this film. Okay, so it wouldn't be a line. So
Describe this tattoo to us, Aaron.
it's a back piece. I don't know if you guys are aware.
Aaron is quite a back piece guy.
I'm not gonna.
Wait.
I'm not a 14-year-old girl who wants live, laugh, love tattooed on them.
Can I just like add to your back piece before we even get started?
Please do.
This is the
Please
Christmas.
do. No,
this
no,
is the Christmas
please add
special.
to it.
So can we have the little bells and like the little like things on the side,
Christmas-
that?
like a Christmas theme to
yeah.
it?
Can we have a Christmas back piece?
We can add a border.
You know what? I feel like with my specific tattoo, we can.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We can. We can.
Excellent. Sorry.
What else would you like to, before I
well,
get into it,
I
like,
was
what
just
else would
thinking
you
the
like to add
bells
to
and
it?
like the little mistletoe things and like the
Yeah.
little bow
Yeah.
thing and like I was like, damn, that could be on the border.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to have a quick drink of this. Give me a sec.
Slope.
So, have you ever played like a Donkey Kong versus Mario, like on the Nintendo 64? Everything's side. You've played a Super Nintendo game, right?
Yeah.
Where most of them are side scrolling.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going a back piece because that's who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And my back piece is the side scroll view of John Mcclane in the air condition event with the lighter.
Yeah.
You know when he's like saying the scene?
Yeah.
But he's actually talking to the Sparrow Prince from South Park, and it zooms out, and it's actually he's in an anus of Hans Gruber, and
He's on a quest.
He's on a quest to get himself out of the arsehole. And Sparrow Prince is like talking to him, like, wow, you have to make yourself out of the arsehole. And it's just like,
Sparrow Prince.
and it's like, I'm the Sparrow Prince. And it's like, it just says like, Bruce Willis, trying to get himself out of the house. Bruce Willis, and that's essentially the song.
Bruce Willis.
Tried to get Bruce Willis out of Snape's arsehole. Because, by the way, Hans Gruber is the actual tunnels. Hans Gruber is the anus that he's trying to get out of.
That's pretty good.
Beautiful.
It's a full back piece. Everyone's like, that's not a full back piece. But, like, no, you zoom out more. It's actually Snape. It's actually Snape.
That deserves to be in the Sistine Chapel.
Hans Gruber.
What a masterpiece.
Trying to crawl out of...
It does, the entire roof.
And I just want people to know if we ever get a Patreon and this happens to be the tattoo that I physically get tattooed to me and I can't go to
You heard it here first, people.
an onsen with tattoos. Well, I already couldn't go to one
We're
because
gonna
of
get
all the other
1,000
tattoos I
Patreons.
have. But mostly, I don't think you get that much anus and like intestines like tattooed on a person willingly. Like I think there's even a point of like intestine with
Do you know what the really upsetting thing is?
That's an
I would love that tattoo on you.
No,
just, you know.
yeah. The upsetting thing is like we get these patrons. It's like it's all cranking. Like it's like we've made it, boys, and we waste every penny on getting you a stupid back fucking tattoo.
People like
The worst part is
3 months
we all
worth
go
of
to
Patreon.
Japan together. We go to an onsen. They see Aaron's back piece and they're like,
He's
Who's Lemmy Winks?
"Who's Lemmy Winks?"
And the Sparrow Keegan.
but I like how you all disregarding the fact they'll look at my other tattoos and go like, you cannot be here, you're Yakuza. But you just like disregard that and you're like, who is
Lemmy
Lemming Winks? like even like, they're like, Nani?
no.
Is it my time for tattoo?
Yeah.
Yes.
My one's pretty simple. So it's for there were no more worlds to conquer, and it's Harvey Weinstein behind
Oh
bars.
Jesus
Oh
Christ!
my god, that is a good one.
That's a banger.
That's a good
It's not even
one.
a Miramax film, but like you've made
That's
it
just like a
happen.
regular. That's
It's
a
a
regular.
Weinstein company, bro.
That's a documentary at this stage. Holy shit! So what are the questions we've done?
The
so
next
far?
question is who has the most punchable face. I think we all agree it's Ellis.
Coke guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Mine's actually a tie between Ellis, the Coke guy, yes, Ellis, and the guy who breaks into the house to film the potato children.
Okay.
No, he
fair
cops. He deserves a cop on the chin.
The journalist.
Yeah,
Right.
Tricky one.
but he gets a copping anyway, doesn't he?
So
He gets punched in
He
the
gets-
face by, and I mean this
Holly.
in the best possible way, a girl.
Yeah, that's what
And
he
as someone
deserves.
who's been punched in the face multiple times by different sexes, one hurts more than the other, substantially.
emotionally,
No, I mean physically. Like emotionally, they're the same. They're the same.
Would
spot.
you care
Same
to divulge who hurts more?
No, I'd like this podcast to actually be popular. So
That answers the question.
I'm
then.
just saying
Next.
that women can't punch as hard as men.
Unless
But
they
I would
decide.
never say, I would never say that on like some kind of medium, because for a lot of people who disagree with that, can't say medium without like spurting some kind of like
Hate speech.
protest in between that.
all right. If you could, sorry, I take it back. We've been tasked with remaking Die Hard in the year 2021. How do we ruin it?
Can I go first?
You can.
Of course you can.
I actually have one for this. How would we remake the movie Die Hard for 2021?
Make it shite.
Brace yourself. Oh, it's going to be shit. Brace yourself. Braden, are you braced?
I am in the brace
Does it-
position.
Brized
Right.
even.
Does it, can I just ask real quick?
Can you? I may or may not answer depending on the
Can
question.
I or can I not? It's like you can say no.
Depending on the answer.
You can say no.
All right, go.
Does it start with all the guns being changed to radios?
No, but I actually did think of that. I actually did. Okay.
That's so fucking.
I actually was like so close to doing that. But no, I found something better. How do I ruin Die Hard in the year 2021?
Send it.
All-female remake. Jane
Jesus.
Mcclane comes to save her husband. Everyone's favorite male actor. Guess it.
Chris
Michael
Hemsworth.
Cera.
Oh, Sarah. Yeah, right.
Of course, it's the Christmas episode. It's got to be Michael Cera.
It's Michael Cera. Merry Christmas, everybody. Get that hunk of a man, Michael Cera. Show his top boob. Save Michael Cera from terrorists. The leader, Hannah Gruber.
It should be Hannah Screwbo,
It's
right?
Hannah Gatsby.
It's Hannah
It's
Screwbo.
Hannah Gatsby.
Shut your dirty whore mouth.
Gatsby. Yeah, God, that's
She can't-
That is yucky.
she's a comedian, not an actor, and it takes
Very funny.
2 tones. Okay. Shut your mouth. Hannah Gruber will stop at nothing to make sure her plan comes to fruition. This is a word-for-word remake using the cast of Charlie's Angels. like the
The
real
Elizabeth Banks version.
yeah, the Elizabeth, like the remake, the Elizabeth Banks version of Charlie's
I've not seen
Angels.
that at all. Sorry.
No,
It's-
nobody
it's-
has because it's shit.
It did not age well.
Yeah.
And essentially,
Age well?
her
Isn't it just come out?
Her quote is the quote I'm saying now. If you don't like this movie, it's because you hate women. And that quote is an actual video fact of hers.
Elizabeth Banks said that.
Disregard the fact that it makes no sense. Disregard that, like, the characters don't add up together. Disregard everything about the movie. If you do not like this movie, Peter, you only like feet.
I haven't seen the film.
That makes it even worse for women
Oh
and
dear.
more for feet.
You're not watching it because you're oppressing them?
No, because I haven't
You
seen
can't answer
it.
this question.
Yeah, you can't see it.
No,
Like,
I just
I
haven't
feel like
seen
you're
it.
on Conan right now, dude. Like, just answer the question. Don't stop avoiding it, mate. Just answer the question.
I haven't.
Yeah, of course you haven't.
Seen it.
Yeah, okay. That's
It's
a great
okay.
answer.
Is it?
Okay, before.
What's it on? Is it on anything?
Look, it doesn't matter. You haven't gone out of your way to look at this movie.
No, but
Yeah,
is it
if
on?
you cared, you would have seen it already. That's it.
Yeah, I
That's
should have
enough.
seen it in cinemas. Sorry, guys.
If you're part of the rest of the
During
world,
COVID, yeah.
that's right.
Did it come out during COVID? Or
No.
before?
Previous.
Really?
In my head, I was like, you know what? Replace Bruce Willis with like Harry Styles.
I was going to do something similar to that to ruin the movie. I was going to replace him with Gilbert Gottfried
Yeah.
just for the voice. Nothing outrageous.
Pete, do you have anything?
I was just gonna say put the new RoboCop in it.
Yeah, your favorite fucking film.
Yeah,
okay, you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
just bring out your favorite film and
Yeah,
say,
no,
okay,
yeah.
like,
Oh, like old mate, just like.
He wouldn't
He,
miss
just
at
goes,
least.
he could be John McClane.
all right, fuck yous. It's time to move the fuck on. I say oh so commandingly. At this point in the podcast, we did attempt to move on to the fan fiction. As you may be able to tell, we're quite shit-faced. Hence why this thing has taken so long in relation to my message that I left you all at the start of this episode. So instead, we're just going to skip to the end where we attempt to summarize, and we will re-record the fan fiction in a state that is actually, understandable. And now back to the show.
Just say
You guys,
he passed
Our
out.
guest is passed out on the couch.
He's done. Oh, you guys suck.
okay, you
He's
guys
already-
on the microphone? Yeah, on the microphone.
Already
I'm on the
Alright.
microphone. He's
So
dead.
it turns out Die Hard is a bit shit.
We
because
died hard.
They write characters in just to exist because they're
I like that.
black.
Yeah, you like that?
They have unlimited clips in their bullets, which is a bit ridiculous.
Is this on his sheet too?
They can take a lot of damage, and they're not that great. Anyone else got anything else for
Yeah, I have a thing.
Yep.
The person who we got on board, we started drinking with, had to cut a lot, and he's now passed out.
I need to fall asleep
On the
because we
couch.
drank so much. Yeah,
We drank too much.
He-
I'm sorry. Can I just?
Who's a bit
digress?
shit here, really? honestly?
Whose idea was it to drink a lot of alcohol
that was mine.
and then record ourselves on a podcast
That was mine.
for entertainment value?
For who?
That was mine.
Yeah,
Oh, it was
someone's
yours.
going to be
It was yours.
insane.
It was yours. So
I wish someone had vomited. That's my biggest thing.
Sam, you've got the bucket in front of you. It could be you at any moment. Yeah.
to go. Plenty
I'm sorry, but you only gave like five different alcohols to drink in a short amount of time, and you were letting people drink. I don't know, like I'm just gonna pull a random number out of my asshole. 45 to 30 mil shots when everyone else was having 60 mils.
No.
And I'm pulling random numbers out of my anus.
What you're saying
I'm
is that
pulling
B was having
right-
smaller shots than everybody else.
I'm not
Is that what
saying
you're
anything. I'm not
Yes,
saying anything.
but
I'm
I've
not
gotta-
saying anything. I'm saying some people.
Oh, look, it's my
may have
weekend.
had
Oh, wait, it's not mine.
bigger, stronger, larger numbers
I have
in
to work
their
in the morning.
drinking region.
Hey, how about we do this? If we did this on a Saturday, how would you feel?
Very confident. I've seen you drink on days you weren't working beforehand. I've seen that.
And no, but I haven't had to do shots those evenings.
I've been doing shots my whole life, son.
Actually, like doing the flex but not flex, like behind your head. It's like, yeah, I've been doing shots.
So I think like not even
It's
summarizing.
just like a Fast and Furious, like
Yeah,
flashback.
well,
I think-
welcome to
let's-
Fast and
we
Furious
should put our
2
hands behind our
Electric
heads.
Boogaloo.
Yeah.
What we really want to say is thank you all for listening to us.
Welcome
Talk
back to a whole
bullshit
year
and
about
get drunk
bullshit.
for like the better part of 17 episodes because a lot of you have listened consistently and we appreciate that.
Have we actually been doing this for 12 months?
No.
Eh.
No. It's not been 12 months. 17 episodes is like 3/4 of a year. So
Wow, we've really made this work for us.
Basic math would suggest that.
Yeah, but I'm not going to
26
do that though.
Is half a year, and we're 17. 17 is less than.
This is
bear
why-
with me, 26.
This is why I'm at
You'll
the
get
top,
it. You'll
and I
get
let
it.
other people do these things for
So
me.
what we're saying, Peter, is that we want to thank everybody for
And
listening.
Peter.
No, thank you.
Thank you, because we're not going to summarize this episode. This is the end of this episode. This is where it ends.
It's a big shame.
Thank you all very much for listening. If you've made it this far, congratulations. That was easily the messiest episode we've ever done. And we'll probably do it again next Christmas because, let's face it, it's kind of fun. But thank you all sincerely for listening for the last year. This has obviously been an experiment for us and we're definitely still learning. Season 2 is definitely on its way and we're in the talks of what we're going to do differently and how we're going to make things a little bit different. And also how we can possibly work out a weekly release schedule, whether we do the same thing or whether we sort of do a take on something else. We'll see how we go. But thank you all again for listening. Once again, you can find us on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on the Instagrams. Once you've found one, you find them all. Linktree, linktr.ee/itsabitshit will take you to links for all of that stuff and more. Thank you all again for listening, and I leave you now with Aaron singing some beautiful songs.
I wish you a Merry Fistmas. I wish you a Merry Fistmas. I wish you a Merry Fistmas and a Happy New Year. I'm fisting the whole time. You didn't see that, Peter, but I was fisting you. I can feel it. Ah, good.